Welcome, guys, to the Blind Wave Podcast. We are here to talk about whatever is going on.
Yep.
From sea shanties to, I don't know, TV shows.
You can't think of one other thing.
I said TV shows. Well, we always have that weird thing about spoilers and stuff, too. So it's like we don't go super in-depth with too much stuff sometimes, but we talk about news things and stuff, and sometimes things are cool, some things are not. It's whatever stories we have.
True.
Who's
Hype train.
Who's broken what?
Who's broken what?
Yep. Stuff like that. So, but how's everyone doing today?
I am good. I had a stream last night that only lasted about an hour because I was way too tired, and I had a couple technical difficulties.
So you're like a bicycle?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yep.
Too tired. That's why he fell over. Because he was too tired.
To ride my bicycle. Oh, you know what's been cool? I've been watching all of the highlights you've been putting on the other channel.
The
of
rock
our
band
rock
ones?
band stream.
There have been some
those have
rock
been
band
fun.
highlights
Yeah.
popping up over on the YouTube, Twitch archive. I've put on some. I don't know. We didn't have a whole lot because a lot of stuff got muted and stuff too.
Yeah.
So some things have gotten over there a little bit.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys check that out. It went up like 100 subscribers in a day. I was like, cool.
Good.
I got excited.
Very dedicated fans to that rock band.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a endangered animal now, right? Like, I doubt there's
I don't
very
think
many
you can
rock
do
band
that
streams on Twitch these days.
True. I wonder if you can do it on YouTube though.
I don't know.
You know,
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe that's a loophole there. You can do
Could
a
be a
YouTube
loophole.
rock band stream instead of a Twitch stream.
Maybe.
They really nixed all your plans in the bud because you were talking about having like this is going to be just our section for rock band.
I did. I was like, dude, we put this up here. That'd be a rock band section. It'd be great.
He spent thousands of dollars
so
on a
fun.
stage.
Yeah,
and fog
lighting,
lights.
fog machines.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
I was talking about how we could have get someone else to run the camera and it can be like an actual band thing going on and stuff. Be awesome.
Yeah.
But
Get one of those big giant chairs where they're running the camera, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's on the big giant boom.
it'd be so good. I loved it. It was so much fun. I still love. Me and Melanie played a lot. Colson plays too. He's my bassist. He keeps trying to play hard and expert and stuff now. Like he's trying to get up there and he's like, "Dad, this is hard." I'm like, "I know. Go down one more." And when that's too easy, then you go up.
Well, it varies by song, too, is the thing, right?
It does. So, he'll be like, "Oh, Dad, this is only a 1-star thing, so I'm going to do it on really hard, you know?" I'm like, okay. And he does it. That was so hard. That game lied to me.
Yeah. Those bastards lied to me.
It's just a difficulty rating.
Eric, is your first Schmoedown match public information?
It is not public information.
Talk
Though,
about it then.
I know when my first Schmoedown match is.
So there is no Schmoedown match.
Nope.
No one knows of anything.
Nope.
I'm treating it like it's tomorrow.
Yeah?
Yep.
You,
That's why you were tired, right?
That's why I was tired. I decided, you know what?
You
I'm
did a
just going to
sprint.
do more. Yeah, I did a sprint. I finished my deep dive into all the movies that I wasn't already confident in.
Okay.
So I feel good about that. I'm, that's me just saying I'm confident in the prequels, which is the only 3 movies I have not deep dived yet into. But yeah, I counted them up. I got like 4,000 flashcards already.
Lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of flashcards.
So
you
I
have them all on your
imagine I'll
phone now?
do a couple hundred for each for the next 3, and then that'll be all my flashcards. But it's a lot of flashcards. I can say that for 2 of them, I can get every question.
2 of the movies?
2 movies, 2 sets, not 2 cards.
I'm gonna assume it's episodes 4 and 5.
It's not.
Is it episode
5? I think I went too deep into 5.
Episodes 4 and 6?
Nope. It's episodes 4.
4 and Clone Wars.
And Clone Wars. I can get all my cards for Clone Wars. But I'll say too, when I'm studying too, I'll study on one thing, and then if I wait 5 days and don't look back on it, I'm gonna miss some stuff. But
Sure.
My cards are incredibly comprehensive, and I've over prepared a lot of stuff. So I'm hoping that if I ever prepare, and then meet in the middle will be relatively the level of competition I'll have. So
It'd be great if there was, some sort of tag team mechanic to where you only had to concentrate on half of them.
yeah.
So, whenever Clone Wars came up, you can get the tag. You
Sure.
can come in, you can rock it.
Now they
Yeah.
do tag teams. They do team matches for the regular Schmoedown, I believe. But I don't think they do it for Star Wars or whatever. So there is a version of that, yeah. But yeah, I'm excited. Today actually is a Star Wars match going to be going up at, I think it's 5 p.m. for us, 2 p.m. Pacific. So there'll be a Star Wars match. There's already been one with Laura Kelly and Molly Damon. and that's up on YouTube as well to be watched by everybody too. So some high level competition. I'm excited to get into it though.
Good.
Yeah.
You have all your cards on your phone now?
Yes.
Good.
Yep. It's just so easy. Like, I mean, just right now before the stream, I went to use the bathroom. Went over like 50 cards. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm back there on the toilet, like, God damn it! What is this person's name? All right, I'm done.
What is his name?
I was thinking, Eric, during your Valhalla streams, while you're in your longboat and your men are rowing, you should play that shanty.
I should. I totally should. Yeah. I will have to do that. It's a good idea.
For my stream on Saturday, I streamed Link to the Past for about 4 hours.
Yeah?
About 3.5 of those hours, I was lost in the woods.
You know,
Again?
I'd like to say that surprises me. I cannot. You were in the Lost Woods. I mean, it's appropriate. You're in, what's the right word?
I'm playing it as intended.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you're supposed to be lost in the Lost
You
Woods.
are.
It was a series of events, an incredible series of events that led to my being lost. I can't
Yeah.
I can't feel too bad about this one, because I got to what I assume is the second half of the game. I don't
Yeah.
want to spoil too much because I was shocked at how little I knew of Link to the Past. And,
Yeah.
like
It's an
what happens
incredible
in it.
game.
But what I assume is like the second act of the second half. I beat the first couple dungeons. I was on my way. I got the hook shot, and I used it to traverse the landscape to get where I needed to go.
Yeah,
But a secret called.
sure.
I went to a graveyard, and I was like, I haven't been able to do anything in this graveyard. This is the first time I'm doing it here in this state of events. I wonder if I could do something now.
Yeah.
So I could get to the place which was inaccessible before,
Uh-huh.
and I was just trying every item that I had, and one of the items was a flute, and I played it, and this motherfucking goose came and flew me away.
Goose.
Yep.
What's the tune whenever you play the flute?
I don't know.
I feel like they used that tune for something later, like an Ocarina of Time, but I can't remember now.
And so what that meant was now I was stuck in I was stuck. I couldn't get back to where I needed to get back to. So I had no idea what to do. Fortunately, chat was there to help me out and told me I needed to go in the woods. And I wandered around those woods for hours.
There was one time
Hours.
when I was doing the highlight, Rick, that I saw you in the woods, and you were just like, ah! And there's just bees all over the place. I'm like, what's going on?
It was good, though.
Are you still lost in the woods, or did
No.
you end out of the woods?
I'm no longer in the woods.
Well,
anymore.
that's good.
So, but yeah, like I'm trying to play it as if how I would have played it back in the day. So no internet. You know,
Yeah.
I don't want any hints.
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
anything.
sure.
Like maybe I would have gotten a Nintendo Power or something. You know, I had GamePro and official PlayStation magazine back in the day, and those would have some like things here and there. Obviously, you had the manuals, which
Yeah.
varied in their helpfulness. But I'm trying to just do it straight, and it's been pretty smooth sailing so far. This was the first time that I really struggled.
Do you usually play games where, like, you look up stuff online or anything like that, or do you usually try to do that method usually anyway?
Well, I feel like games are a lot more streamlined these days. Or I'm not sure what the word to use is. Not like simpler, but just
Worse.
you have tutorials, you know, now that are unskippable and teach you things.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know?
You have nav points that guide you where you need to go, kind of thing.
Yeah, like there are still a handful of games, like Dark Souls, I think, falls into a category where it doesn't hold your hand.
Have you figured out what to do with bees?
I figured out an amazing use for bees.
Yeah?
Which I don't know if it's the intended one, but I
Okay.
was in a dungeon where there were these enemies,
Uh-huh.
and they mirrored your movements.
Yeah.
Right? So I had to figure out how to kill these things. And I was, again, trying everything in my inventory. And I couldn't figure anything out. And I was like, all right, I'm going to try the bee. Because I've tried the bee hundreds of times up to this point, and it's never done anything for me.
Yeah.
Well, I unleashed the bee, and the bee scares that enemy. And it makes him move. Like it,
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Really
Oh,
funny, like that.
I love those games.
So it's such a good game. 100% holds up today. It's like I haven't beaten it yet, but it deserves its reputation as one of the best of all time.
Good.
So good. And I play that every Saturday, starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Well, speaking of being lost and still in the woods, I am still in the woods in my Star Wars Fallen Order stream.
Yeah?
I got to a boss battle, and it was towards the end of my stream. I was getting tired. I was getting very frustrated. So I decided to take a break for a week.
Till next stream.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you're in the middle of a boss fight though.
Yeah. So I hit load, and I'm right at the bottom of the steps to go into the boss fight.
That's
again.
funny.
Probably because you don't lock on.
That very well could be, but I'm still not going to do it.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's the lock on.
So
thing.
Calvin, that fight you're in, it took me an hour to beat it, I would say. And then somebody, who was it? Was it Cobb made a video of like
Yeah, he did.
Doctor Who, like 1,000 years, bam, bam, and me dying like 3,000 years, bam, bam, 5 billion years. So I feel you.
Yeah.
I definitely feel in that one.
No, yeah.
I don't want to go into too much because I don't think Rick has played it
Rick
yet.
hasn't played
So
it.
I don't
Not
want to give any spoilers out or anything. But
Yep.
chat knows.
Yep. I remember the first time playing that and just being like, God damn it, being so frustrated. And then my next time playing it casually at home, like, I was just better at the game, and spent time, like, getting experience and all the collectibles and all that stuff. So I knew it pretty well. And then when I got to that part, I'm like, okay, oh man, I remember how long this took me. All right, strap in. I beat her first try. I'm like, oh, okay. I just know how to play the game better now.
Yeah, I know. Like it was a tougher fight. But
Yeah.
It's just, I don't remember how long it took me though. I didn't stream it. Maybe I should have. Calvin, you fight in boss fights though, and Jedi Fallen Order makes me want you to play a Dark Souls game.
A Dark Souls game?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Like a Dark Souls game, like
I
Dark Souls 1 or
imagine-
something.
Because I played Dark Souls.
Or
I
Demon
imagine
Souls.
it's harder.
In Dark Souls?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lock-on mechanic.
Well, there's no difficulty setting in Dark Souls, right? Like, at least Jedi Fallen Order has a difficulty
Yeah.
setting.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, there is. Dark Souls is just you play, I think, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember its setting. But no, it's playing through that. Like I don't think Jedi Fallen Order was that bad after playing through Dark Souls, where I'm like, this shit just what the fuck? What is this, boss? What do I do?
Yeah.
But at least you don't have to start over if he kills you. Like, say, Battletoads or...
Oh, yeah. Like one of
Sure.
those really unforgiving games where you lose all your progress.
In Dark Souls, you just lose your experience, which is kind of like in Fallen Order, you know?
Kinda,
You
yeah.
lose like your level up ability, and then you go back to wherever the last meditation, bonfire, whatever that you were at, and that's how it is, But they're tough games. Jedi Fallen Order is kind of in the middle ground. I feel like
Yeah.
it's not. I don't think it's on the verge of like Dark Souls and that kind of stuff, but it's around there. It's like a middle ground. That's why I was like, Calvin, you should try this. See how it goes.
Well, I can't imagine playing Dark Souls without lock-on either.
Sure, yeah. You need that to be able to
That would
keep
be
track
rough.
of them moving around, jumping,
Yeah.
Then you time your parries and stuff.
Playing without lock-on seems like one of those artificial things. Like, let's make the game harder. Like, let's play Legend of Zelda, but we only use shields. Something like
You
that.
mean Breath of the Wild?
In Breath of the Wild,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
In my mind, I went to Ocarina of Time. Like, what do you do? how you do that?
You could use, like, Deku sticks.
Oh, but that's not
In
shield.
Ocarina of Time? Well, I mean, like, let's say if you're not using swords,
Okay, so no swords.
Yeah,
okay.
no swords.
Use the hammer.
You can use, well, yeah, yeah.
Some stuff like that.
There's a thing you can do in Ocarina of Time called, like, the infinite sword glitch, and you can do it on a Deku stick where you, like, do a certain, like, events, and then the Deku stick, if you just run into things, has the same element as, like, a hitbox when you swing your sword, which is interesting. So you can, like, do something and just run around and do this and hit things. It's pretty cool.
Weird.
So you just like it sticking out the side of your like character
yeah,
model.
you're just holding it like
You can,
this
like,
and
do
walking
spirals?
around. And, yeah, and you can just, like, run into things, and it has, like, a sword hitbox.
Huh. That's weird.
See,
It's pretty cool.
Glitchy.
Snowy could be delighted watching you play Dark Souls. She said, Dark Souls didn't look fun for me to play at all, but watching Aaron play was a total delight.
Yeah.
No, that game is fun. I look forward to like playing the next one at some
Yeah.
point. I'm still
Definitely
going through
check
my
out,
Nuzlocke,
if
but-
you haven't, check out Aaron's highlights of Dark Souls. Like, those highlights that we have on the main channel. Like, I watched all of them.
They're
Yeah.
they're pretty
really
entertaining. Yeah.
It was a fun game. I had a few fun moments that like in my head I'm like, man, it'd be funny if it was like this, and then Rob edited it and did the thing I want him to do too.
Yeah.
One time I was like in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna make a list. I'm gonna do this, and in my head I'm thinking about the edit. I'm like, it'd be great if a list popped up, named off my list, and it did. So, but no, I've been doing Pokemon, my own challenge in that with a Nuzlocke, and I've got one gym left, and I'm approaching some story element stuff too that I've got to do in the game. But so far, I've only really lost one Pokemon. The other ones have been ones that I didn't catch that I killed.
Gotcha.
I had one that I really wanted, another one that I didn't care about.
Gotcha.
So,
Which one did you lose?
I lost my Manectric Tesla.
Manectric.
It's like a dog electric Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Electrike.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, the like green
it's like
guy.
a little green dog.
Yeah.
Its evolution is like.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
And
I fought some of those last Friday.
I immediately went to the like electric corgi in the new games.
No,
with
not
the
him.
heart-shaped butt.
No.
We've got our own Pokemon challenge as a group tomorrow that we're streaming as
I
well.
can't wait. That's gonna be so much fun.
Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're all playing through separate seeds on randomizers of Fire Red and Leaf Green. It's a race.
Yeah.
And
As of right now, though, we're all like in the same spot, but some of us had more time of like grinding and doing things than others did, kind of in the way that it was playing out.
Man, tomorrow's gonna be a crazy day because we have the WandaVision finale, and then we have a super secret thing that we're not telling anybody.
Super secret thing. Okay,
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we have the Pokemon thing. That's crazy.
it's
true.
Pokemon. That's 3 cool things going on.
Three
with
cool things.
finales and
That we
super
can't talk about.
secrets and
Yeah.
too bad we can't tell anyone.
I'm excited for all that, but new Smash characters came out too.
Oh man.
I was
is
like,
it-
Oh yeah.
man, we can't do Smash tomorrow, but
No, Rick, we gotta do Pokemon.
I know.
We could
and
still do Smash tomorrow.
Pokemon's fun, but
We could do Smash tomorrow.
new Smash
We're
characters,
just not streaming it.
they look so awesome. You can throw your sword. Oh,
Throw your sword.
I also have a scheduled team mock match tomorrow night too.
Mock
I'm
match.
excited for that.
Ah.
Oh,
Yep.
so like it's like
so you get
football
on and you
practice
Yeah.
inside your team. You
Yep.
just play against yourself.
Yeah.
you get on, you practice your insults, trying to
the
get
team,
into their heads.
No, I won't do that. But I have, questions prepared and stuff to try to do like a, study. The Quirky Mocks are a great group. They get together, study. We do like fake matches. Bibbs, like he's one of the veteran players. Like he's such an amazing resource. Like I literally will be like studying at 2 a.m. and I'll think of something, or I'll be watching another match and be like, oh, I need to. I'm gonna message Bibbs, and he'll get back to me immediately with like the best advice. I'm like, oh man, I feel like I can play the game so much better. I haven't even played one match yet.
Quicker than Aaron gets back to you.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, what? He called me yesterday because his stream was broken, and I answered.
I did.
I didn't even
But
know
I
why he called
texted
me.
you 3 times before that.
No, he didn't.
I did.
Oh, what you did? I
I
responded
didn't.
Yeah.
on both.
No.
Yes, I was
Not-
in a meeting and I
A
sent
half
one,
an hour later,
loaded.
and
He's lying.
I needed a key to log in to an
Same.
account, and the key already expired by the time you responded. I texted you again. I need another. You never responded.
Aaron texted me. I got on the stream. I was like, this all looks fine. He must have fixed it.
But I was, I think I was grabbing food and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know, Rick and Calvin were doing it at the time. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be faster for one of them to try to troubleshoot than for me to just start from nothing,
Sure.
because I'm not sure what all was changed or done. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, I only did it for an hour, but we fixed it. But then, like at the end of that hour, my stream was just like suffering from drop frames again, and then I was just so tired. I'm like, I think I'm gonna end. Anyway, yeah.
But
Anything else?
as far as tomorrow though, we do have the
Yeah.
Pokemon stream coming back. If you guys haven't seen it yet, it is available on our Twitch archive. You can see the full thing over there. Get caught up on where we're at so far. So
Yeah. So what's like? I guess we can talk about this tomorrow, but like our like artificial like endpoint for that first stream was beating Brock. What's it gonna be? Is it gonna be the next
I
gem or
don't
2
know.
gems?
I wasn't
or-
sure how long it was gonna take us to beat Brock.
I know.
It took a long time.
It took a while.
Especially when someone like we should have left you. We should have left you keep that Pidgey, Eric. You should have been stuck with that damn Pidgey.
Didn't take me too long to beat Brock.
Yeah, but
Calvin,
I
you
probably
skipped most of the game.
to be fair
With your
though,
magic
Aaron, like
speed button.
because I had the
didn't skip most of it.
Bogon. What's his name? What's the first?
Bagon?
Bagon. I had Bagon, but
pretty
then I
strong.
ended up just catching an evolved form later, so that might have still happened. So maybe the Pidgey wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, you just
know.
had a Pidgey.
Yeah.
I
So I would have
only-
won earlier.
I only have one goal, and it's to beat that bug catcher.
Beat that bug
You're gonna go back
catcher.
after that bug.
I'm not
Celebi.
going to go back for 50 more levels, but then I'm going to roll that son of a bitch.
Take this, bitch! I know a I know fire spells now. That is one thing, is like a lot of the Pokemon, like you'll find like the tier 3 evolution of this Pokemon, but it has none of the moves that is its type advantage. And like, what do I do?
Yeah.
So, how that Rayquaza has just Twister. That's all it's got. It's got nothing else. I'm like, this thing's almost useless, but it's not. It's not entirely useless. It's just not great yet. It's gonna be amazing.
Fucking Lugia. Whirlwind.
Spent a lot of time trying to get one of them from Lugia's.
Yeah.
How's Bubbles, Aaron? Good?
Yeah. They've been going outside and stuff. I don't know where they want to go. Cats are weird.
Cats like to go outside.
Melanie tried to get collars on them, and she got collars on both of them. And Bubbles was just like, all right, I got a collar.
Yeah.
And then later on she saw her, and there was no collar.
Really?
What the hell happened?
You got it off?
And then Catwick was doing something, and somehow he couldn't get it all the way over his head. He got it stuck to where it was like this. And he just started running around the house, just freaking out.
Oh my
And they kept
gosh.
trying to pick him up and stop it, and he was like going crazy. They said they had to like tackle him with like a blanket and like wrap him up so that he couldn't just scratch him while they just took it off.
Yeah.
But he was just like freaking out. So the cats are, they're cats. I don't know.
Dude, I was just outside here at the beginning of before stream. And you know that like rock wall that goes over the little creek we have?
Yeah.
Like there were two like tomcats, big giant headed cats, a gray one and an orange one, like fighting on top of it, like the that kind of fighting, and like they could die if they fall off this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know cats have 9 lives and
There's a lot of water out there right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of water out there right
Yeah.
now. I was like watching it, like wow, this is amazing. And then I'm like, why am I not filming this? I pulled up my phone, immediately left.
Yep. That's
So
always
mad.
the way of it.
So mad.
They never allow you to get proof.
Yeah. So that's just for me and everybody else I told,
Okay.
which is
So
500
everyone-
people. So
Yep.
not
no
just
no
me.
one saw it. So no one knows. So, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a fun day.
Excited for it.
Yep, absolutely. I've only got a couple things here today, so if people have questions that they would like to ask, you can redeem those in the
Questions
chat window.
that
In the
need
lower
answering.
left is a little bubble-like icon that you can see.
Bubbles.
You can redeem questions there. We will get to them. I had a meme and a drawing here,
Okay.
one of which references the Pokemon stream. Let's transition that over. Hopefully that doesn't break anything. Yeah. I fear no man, but that thing, it scares me.
I remember looking over. I'm like, he's still fighting that thing.
Oh my gosh.
Well, the one thing that happened too was that I looked over and he was in a fight with. And he's like, he's got a Kabutops.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh damn, okay.
Yep.
And then he's fighting this Kabutops. He's like, I beat the Kabutops. Now that's Celebi. I'm like, wait, I thought you beat
Yeah.
the Celebi. That's how you got the Kabutops. Like, no, he pulled it back and put out the other one. I was like, what? You didn't even defeat one yet? He goes, no.
Oh, that's funny.
It was something. And then
So this was just a random trainer,
a bug catcher.
a bug catcher. I don't know if I've ever seen a random trainer pull back their Pokemon.
Swap them out.
Yeah.
It could be related to a move.
Really? Oh yeah. Okay.
Or something. I don't know what moves that Celebi
I
Yeah.
has.
can't remember the circumstances of why or how
I
it
was gonna say, I
happened,
don't know if
but-
that's possible if they just like randomly do it. Maybe if you like, do a twister or
There are
something. I don't know.
some trainers that have different AI where like they
Yeah.
will swap out for different reasons and stuff.
Yeah.
There's also if they have like baton pass, I think it is one where like they'll up their own stats and stuff,
Gotcha.
and then they'll like pass it on to like another trainer or Pokemon and swap them out.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be maybe some kind of move or something that does it, or it could be just that AI of that Pokemon trainer's like, I'm gonna do this.
Sure.
But they're also confused because they're like, well, I have a Kabutops and a Celebi, so I
Yeah.
don't know.
And then Dora drew this lovely picture for me. Which represents all the hint hunts.
Oh, okay. So the
Nice.
Carmen San Diego hat.
Mm-hmm.
The
There's the one door symbol, right?
Yep.
yeah.
Berserk.
Yeah, I'll just
The
Why does
bucket,
Berserk
Start
logo?
going
Is that
down.
milk? Is
the
there milk?
die
Where's the milk? .net.
does not
.com.
equal .com.
yeah. There's a bat up there.
I like the intensity in your eyes.
What's that cup say?
Milk.
Archmaster's
Archmaster's best milk.
Oh.
There's
Very
a milk
nice.
pail. This is also from the hunt, I believe. It's a reference to a riddle on that.
Is that bread?
Gotcha.
Those are boats.
Oh yeah.
From the
Two boat
okay.
mutiny.
Yeah, mutiny.
And we've got
Guys, it must be
Gurren.
Promised Neverland.
I'm not
or
sure what the
whatever
cat is. That just might be my cat.
It could just be your cat.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
Could just be your cat. Didn't you have to do that in the game?
There was a cat in the game. That's
Right?
true.
That makes sense.
Yeah, in Hint Hunt, the game, there was a cat. That's true. So yeah, really appreciated that.
Why is there a bat?
Because there's always a bat.
There was a bat in the Hunt game.
Okay. Very
Spoilers.
good.
Spoilers.
Well, there isn't anymore, right?
Pyrrha comes out today. Very excited about that. I watched the Mr. Sakurai Presents
Okay.
of it. She looks like a really interesting character. I definitely want to try her out. She's sort of like a Chic Zelda, where down B she'll change forms.
Really? Okay.
One form is like much faster. The other form slower but does more damage.
Gotcha.
But like some of their special moves are just different.
Yeah, I
too.
was gonna say, do they feel very different?
I look forward to it because I feel like it's going to be kind of Pokemon. Like, I'm used to
Yeah.
down B changing out my people and stuff.
Sure.
But if I'm used to, like, here's the Squirtle with different movesets, and here's the Charizard with different movesets, it feels like, well, here's the Sword
Yeah.
Pokemon.
It was always a strange thing when they separated Sheik and Zelda into their own characters, but then added, like, well, this Squirtle and Ivysaur and Charizard are so different, but you can still do that, you know? And I'm not necessarily complaining too much, but, you know, because you lose just having another move, you know, for that character. But there was also times where, like, I would rack up damage with Sheik, and then I would switch and I would kill with Zelda, you know? I can't do that anymore.
But you also had
Yeah.
times where, like, you just played Zelda so you could down B to turn into Sheik and then just fight a Sheik.
That's true.
Yeah.
Until I learned how to automatically start a Sheik with a
Yeah.
certain button press.
I mean, the one thing they did do with Pokemon was that they used to get weaker the less you used other Pokemon.
Yeah.
So, like, if you just used Squirtle, he was going to hit less, and
Yeah.
then you had to go to Ivysaur, and now you can just, they got rid of all that. You
Yep.
can just, if you die as Squirtle, you can just come back as Squirtle. Just
Yeah.
down B one more time and turn into him. So. But yeah, no. It looks interesting. I like the idea.
And Xenoblade Chronicles 2 just has great music too. So glad to get that in Smash. The stage, it looks like it kind of reminds me of what's the Star Fox stage that has the ship that will like tilt.
The Lilac? Was it the
Lilac
one?
Cruise.
Lilac Cruise. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, you're riding on a platform that's
Hate
a
that one.
creature, and it will move its head,
Yeah.
right? So, like, the edge of the stage will move. So, like, if I'm out there and having to recover, and I do an up B or whatever,
And he decides to pull his head back.
yeah, or tilt to the left, you know, the stage will shrink at that
Or
point.
decides to fly up more. Now you
Yeah.
can't go up as high. Or you
Now,
gotta go higher.
there is, like, visual and audio indicators before that's going to happen, so it's not, like, going to be a surprise or anything.
Okay.
Like, you know it's going to happen.
But like Lilac Cruise just kind of kept like
Yeah.
just tilting back and forth a little bit by little bit, you know.
So it looked like an interesting stage. I doubt it'll see competitive play, but maybe. Like the dimensions don't seem too far off from some of the stages that they have now. It's just that head movement thing that couldn't throw a wrinkle into things. But it's no worse than like the Meta Knight stage, and that was competitive in Brawl for a little while at least, or at least a counter pick stage.
Yeah, it had good music too.
It did.
Bow down, 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 down. Like it was really good.
The other thing of news I had, and people put these things in our Discord under live podcast suggestions, one of our wave riders needs to be on the lookout because Bigfoot bounty grows to more than $2 million.
Oh no, Bigfoot.
Oh no.
It's true. Did you see like that came?
Yeah,
Do you have more of it or?
yeah, I do. So this is Oklahoma.
Yeah.
State Representative Justin Humphrey, a Republican, said it didn't matter that his legislative measure never made it out of the committee. He got private funding to offer this bounty. It's to promote interest in tourism in the heavily wooded district in southeast Oklahoma that reportedly boasts the 9th most sightings in the world of the legendary ape creature. Initially thought he'd have to go through state wildlife department to issue hunting licenses, but quickly discovered the state tourism department can issue tracking permits since the intent is to not kill or injure the elusive beast, but to capture it.
Capture and prove existence of.
Yeah.
See, like I saw a thing where like they were going through trying to make a law where you could legally capture this mythic creature,
Mm-hmm.
and then because of that, they're like, "Oh, here's a bounty." $2 million.
Humphrey's original plan suggested lawmakers set aside $25,000 bounty for Bigfoot's capture. But he said an upcoming Hollywood Bigfoot movie pledged around $2 million, while another private business promised an additional $100,000. That eliminated the need for any state funding.
Dang.
We should go and
I mean, let's just say
we should go vlog and try to capture Bigfoot.
I was
guys.
just gonna say, let's offer $3 million. What? You know, they're not gonna catch fucking Bigfoot.
What if
And
they-
if
what
they
if-
do?
what if they
you're
do?
gonna make so much more money than $3 million.
Yeah, but then we have to give him $3 million.
okay,
Well, I ain't got no $3 million to give him.
then you're not gonna catch Bigfoot.
What if they do, Eric? What if
How
they
much
do?
did the Amazing Randy Institute
Are you like
offer?
100%
1 million.
certain?
It was $1
Yeah.
million.
You're
Yeah,
100%
1 million.
certain there won't be
And that's
a Bigfoot
far
captured?
more far-reaching. The Amazing Randy's 1 million prove the supernatural at all.
Yeah.
Not just Bigfoot. You know, it's not like capture Nessie, the Jersey Devil, and Bigfoot. You know,
Mothman.
or Bigfoot, I should say.
So you think all of them, like, there's no chance any of them exist versus like hiding in nature? You think is there
I
not
mean,
enough nature anymore that they can hide in?
I think that there was a creature very close to Bigfoot. You know, what's it called? Gigantopithecus. It's like a large bipedal primate that was like 9 feet tall or something like that. But I just imagine that you know, there used to be a lot more like sightings and stuff when we didn't have a camera in everybody's pocket, and now that we do have a camera in everybody's pocket, those sightings haven't gone up, those videos haven't gone up. You know,
Yeah.
I figured there'd be more. You know,
And most of those have been debunked.
very much debunked. Yeah, but I imagine with something like Bigfoot, you know, granted the Pacific Northwest is huge and vast, but to be able to have a population that's going to be able to let that thing survive, it's got to be more than what, 50 in a group? I mean, it's had to be similar to like lowland gorillas, and they have like groups of like 50, you know, or else they're not going to survive.
Yeah.
So like,
Not
I don't
enough
know,
genetic
just, you know,
diversity.
yeah.
But
So I
Bigfoot's
think at one
different,
point
Eric.
there was a Bigfoot, like
Bigfoot's
like
different.
creature, but not now. And
He's
it's certainly
living
not like.
alone for hundreds and thousands of years.
Have you ever
Just
seen
him.
like the Bigfoot hunters? Like, they get into like they think they like pray to Bigfoot and shit.
Pray. to
Yeah,
Bigfoot.
it's like a spiritual thing for
Because
them.
they want money.
Yeah,
It's like, please be out here. Please, Bigfoot, be out here.
So
Let me
it's like
catch you.
their like shamanic spirit guide
Yeah.
or whatever.
I saw a thing where someone's like, it's like, look, why is everyone always worried about these chupacabra? Look how cute they are. And there was like 4 pictures of a capybara.
That's really funny.
Nice.
It was funny.
Yeah.
If there was a like mythic creature of like, you know, weird, what is it? Cryptozoology?
Yeah.
What it's
Yeah.
called? Is there one that you hope exists that you would like? I hope out of all of them, this is the one that exists. Like, do you want the Jersey Devil? Because that one I don't think I want. You
I mean,
know?
when
I
I
want
was
the
into
Mothman.
it,
That was
like
close
I
by.
think Bigfoot or Loch Ness was the biggest ones.
I would like Loch Ness.
Yeah.
Monster.
Ness.
Nessie.
But
Yeah.
they've also like they've drugged the entire thing. You have sonar now that they gone through the entire lake. You know, like
Yeah,
what
but
kind of food
there's-
source does that thing have? It's
what
supposed
if
to be huge.
what if it escaped the lake?
Huh?
What if it went somewhere else?
But isn't there like
Isn't it an
underwater
enclosed lot?
caverns and stuff?
I don't know. That sounds like bullshit. I don't know.
What do you mean it's
I
not
don't know.
bullshit? It could be,
I haven't
right?
like looked into it and stuff. I just heard that there was like much deeper underwater caverns than they first thought, or something.
Yeah, I mean, it worked for Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. You know, they went through the planet core.
They did. You're
Loch-
right. You
Loch
know
Ness-
what? He's right, everybody.
Loch Ness could be anywhere. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, like I always wanted dragons to have been real.
Yeah.
I remember the History Channel ran a special that was like, "We discovered dragons; they're real." And it was, it felt like an April Fool's thing, but I don't think they released it on April Fool's.
Yeah.
And like they did it and they treated it seriously,
Yeah.
but like it wasn't.
It was just fake.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
just
I
fake.
remember that. Every
sons of
time you
bitches.
watch like a Bigfoot show or a ghost like hunting show, I always love how insulting it is my intelligence that like they're like, you know, after the commercial break and it's like, what was that? And they're like running towards something. I'm like, motherfucker, they're gonna find it after the commercial. I gotta stay, you know, as if I wouldn't have heard about it 3 months ago when they filmed the fucking thing.
Yeah, it'd be plastered all over the news.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people saying about mermaids. They hope that would be real, which maybe like that. Maybe that's the more likely thing, like something in the water. You know, like how big is the oceans and how much of
Yeah.
that haven't we discovered? Like,
I mean, like,
Yeah,
what
I
is
mean,
it?
well,
you know, if the
the-
Loch Ness
the
monster
giant squid
made it to the
was
ocean,
discovered.
maybe it just went down. You know,
Yeah.
and hid. You know, like that.
I mean, we didn't have any scientific evidence of the giant squid until we did. You know?
Yeah.
It's not gigantic, but it's pretty fucking big.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty fucking big.
Yeah.
You mean it's like not Watchmen gigantic?
No.
It's not like the Kraken.
Yeah, it's
No.
not the Kraken, but it's
But it's big
it's
enough
big.
to take down whales.
12, like
Which they
15
didn't
feet.
think.
I don't know. What's the biggest squid found? I mean,
Huh?
they just found one recently that was like, what? I think it was 12 feet. It wasn't the biggest one recorded, but it was like, there's a guy like next to it like this, like, haha, it's huge.
You know, it'd be terrible if we found mermaids and they were like the opposite of like Ariel.
Yeah.
You mean like
Fish bodies.
fish top?
Like human legs, but
Because
like
they'd chase you.
it could off the land. It'd be terrible. But can it breathe? I don't know.
So the largest.
The
This
largest
was over
giant squid
30
ever
feet.
recorded by scientists was almost 43 feet long.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, this one's saying 59 feet in length, and I don't know.
I don't know. This one was.
Mine's National Geographic.
This one is 2018 from ocean.si.
Gotcha.
I want to say I think Evan wrote the wrong name and meant for Eric to have push-ups for not believing in Nessie. Because I'm open to the idea of these things being around. Eric's the one who's like, they'd be found by now. They're not
Okay,
real.
one.
I don't know why I'm getting push-ups for.
I'm not close to believing in it. I only believe in things when there's evidence for those things. You know, I'm not just gonna believe in it and like, because you know I don't want to be wrong about it. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like, I
also
want to
something I would
believe as
say.
many things.
There's
I want to
also a-
believe as many true things as possible, and then disbelieve as many false things as possible. So if someone's like, "Hey, we fucking found Nessie," I won't be like, "That's bullshit." No, you know, I'm like, "Holy shit, what's the evidence? What does a marine biologist say?" You know, if he's like, "This is a child's boat with a thing sticking out," I'm like, "Okay, that's probably true."
There's
You know,
also.
but I wouldn't say I'm closed-minded about it. Definitely, I'm open to the evidence. But as of right now, and then all, you know, I mean, how many people flock to Loch Ness with cameras every single day? You know,
Yeah.
they haven't found shit.
There was also a supposed sighting during World War II of a 53-meter giant squid,
53
is well over 100 feet.
It's pretty big.
It's over 150 feet, Eric.
I don't get.
It's over 160 feet.
I don't give that guy
Supposedly.
push-ups. Give me push-ups.
You what? I don't know. Well, how we get on this?
I don't know. But
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot
uh,
reward.
Oh, Bigfoot
Yeah.
$1 million rewards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah,
$3
I
million.
was gonna
Two.
say let's just go ahead and offer 4
I thought we were
million,
gonna do
'cause
another-
Apparently that's a story, and I'm never gonna have to pay it.
No. If somehow there's a chance that we do,
No.
I don't want to have to owe anyone $3 million.
No, the thing is, you promise that money and then it's put in like escrow, right?
Well, you got to be specific, because like, what if they just drive the Bigfoot monster truck there? Like,
Yeah.
I got it, guys.
You know
Right
what?
here.
I'd have to pay because that's awesome.
I would not pay $1 million just to see the Bigfoot monster truck. For one, I've already seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it too,
It was at E3.
and it was awesome.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Gosh, that
No.
was big.
Gravedigger was at E3.
Was
Yep.
it Gravedigger?
Yeah. Bigfoot's old. Like, older than Gravedigger old,
Okay.
I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen a monster truck. I'm not going to pay $1 million.
I'm done.
Like I said, it was big, but
Yeah, no. It's an interesting idea. I don't know. Maybe if something ever shows up of anything. It's the same idea with aliens. It was weird because we were talking about aliens at one point, and you seemed much more open to the idea of aliens.
Well, I mean,
Even though there's no evidence of aliens.
Statistically, just like in terms of stats, like the idea that there's life on other planets is incredibly accepted.
Well, it seems ridiculous to think that there's not.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think we've ever had
No,
any
that's
actual
why I
evidence
say
of
like
anything,
there.
you know?
Like I'm not saying like there are aliens, but like
That's what you told me.
It's not surprising
We
if
were,
I
we were in the
found it.
hallway, and you whispered in my ear. You said, "Aaron, there's aliens."
God,
That's
I
what
didn't know you
said.
heard that. I thought,
Yeah.
are you?
No,
Can
I'm
you
not
hear
deaf
it
in
with
that
both
ear
ears?
like you are.
Damn.
I heard it. But yeah, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just there's all those things where like, and it's weird too because like you said, like back when I was a kid, there were video evidence of
Mm-hmm.
this and that and whatever, and now that there's so much more camera footage available for wherever you are,
Yeah.
I feel like there's not more of that. Like there's
Sure.
not more UFO sightings than there were when I was a kid.
I feel like if anyone's going to get it, it's going to be Borat.
Yeah.
No, there's not. He's done. He's not doing it anymore, Rick. He gave up. But you know, especially like my camera is so much better than some of the cameras they had back then. You know,
Yeah.
like
my camera is so much better than cameras now.
Yeah, I remember like my first camera was like a 35 millimeter Kodak. It wasn't a very good camera, but how old was I? I was probably like 8 years old, and my Aunt Rhonda's printer, she couldn't get it to work.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I can get it to work. She's like, no, you can't. You're a child.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'll bet your camera that I can get this to work. And I did. And I got that camera. I used
Nice.
that camera for years.
Good.
Hey, good on her for following through on the bet.
Mm-hmm.
What was wrong with the printer? Did you unplug it the day before?
What a bet.
No, man, it's been a long time. But I feel like I did not do very much, you know?
Yeah.
Like I just like went into printers and devices and added it, you know?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
something like.
But yeah, I would just.
You just
figure-
really wanted that camera. It's like I could do this as a favor, or I could get something really good out of it.
But with what we were saying before, though, like with those cameras, like now, like I just figured we'd have more. I can't think of any new UFO kind of videos, you know, where like I remember when I was a kid on like
I can.
ABC
I mean,
Family and stuff, where like
The U.S. Navy released some a couple years
the
ago.
military,
Sure.
the little pellet thing is really compelling evidence.
Yeah.
You know? But, again, we can't say that's aliens. We can only say that's an unidentified flying object. We have no idea what
I
it
don't
is.
Yeah.
know what that is.
Yeah.
That's the best thing you got. It could've
Exactly.
been
Because
from-
there's like, well, if you just say aliens, then you're saying like, well, it's not interdimensional humans
Yeah.
or something.
It's
or
not Russia with
or
some new tech that
or
they're
someone
trying out,
time
you know?
traveling from the future or something like that. You know, it's
Which,
just
yeah,
like
is-
that thing's really strange.
Is that more capable of a solution
Yeah.
than like aliens coming? I don't
Yeah.
know. You know, like, maybe not.
Yeah, like when I say like I believe in aliens, I'm not saying I believe they visited Earth, just that they exist, you know? Because we already have an example of life in the universe on Earth, you know? So it's not a huge stretch to think that can happen elsewhere, you know? But like with the Bigfoot thing, like if none of us have ever seen a giraffe and the world didn't know what a giraffe was, and then we just fucking found a giraffe, we'd be like, holy shit, look at this thing. That would be a mythic creature to us, you know?
Yeah.
But we just know about it. So, I mean, it's possible there's something out there in the Pacific Northwest or the Yeti or something, but, you know, with all the time we've been keeping records and, you know, people that, you know, study the, what's the right word? You know, people that, like,
Cryptozoology?
they just, like, go out and collect shit, like, collect poop, literally.
Pack rats.
Sure.
Yeah, to study like just the ecology of, you know, the natural world, you know? We don't find anything like that. There's no, like, holes in, like, who's eating this plant more than others and we can't find them, or who's eating this animal, you know? Like, they keep pretty tight numbers on a lot of that stuff, like in major national parks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's no hole for a Bigfoot to fill in it, you know?
That is a
But
big pile of shit.
It's a big pile of shit.
That's what I think of whenever you talk about collecting.
Collecting shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
They just
berries
collect
and
shit.
stuff.
It's
Uh-huh.
a big pile of shit. Yeah.
You know, like...
I'm not calling.
Like, we don't know that dark matter is a thing. The only reason that we think it's a thing is that we can see its effects on, like, the universal gravity. So, like, there must be something there, because something is doing this. But we can't
yeah.
see it or detect it.
I mean-
but we still think that it's real, you know?
It's the same theory as like tachyons.
Yeah.
We think there is a particle that is acting on other particles in this manner, but we can't see it.
Yeah.
We don't know what it is.
I don't know if this
Think
is,
it's this thing.
I don't know if this is true, but Dragon Master in chat says Skamamia County here in Washington State has a law that if you find Bigfoot and kill it, you'll be arrested for manslaughter.
Interesting.
Huh.
You know, I mean, if I found a Bigfoot, I would not want to kill it. But there would be something interesting about, like, I went to jail. Like, why are you in jail? Oh, so I evaded taxes. What about you? I killed Bigfoot, motherfucker.
Wasn't it?
Evaded taxes.
Wasn't Sam Elliott the one who starred in the movie about killing Bigfoot and then killing Hitler or something like that?
Oh, there is something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
don't know
can't
what
remember that. It has a crazy title.
Yeah, the man
Right.
who killed Bigfoot and then killed Adolf Hitler or something like
Wasn't
that.
it
That's
Bigfoot
the
and the
title.
guy
That's
that
the title,
jumped off
I
the
think.
plane with the
Huh?
money?
What?
Isn't it Bigfoot and the guy that jumped off the plane with all the money?
Oh, yeah, what's his name?
Um.
Dang it! I'm trying to think of.
Because there's that movie too,
Yeah.
but I don't think that has
D.B. Cooper.
Sam Elliott.
D.B.
Yeah, Cooper. D.B.
Yeah.
Cooper. That's
Yeah.
it.
Thank you. The man who killed Hitler and then Bigfoot. Yeah.
Okay, because the movie I'm thinking of definitely did not have.
That's the name of the movie.
Yeah.
That's the name of the movie. Yeah.
You want to watch it, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's a good
It
name.
tells you everything that you would want to know
Exactly.
about the movie. That's
that came
better
out
than
in
a trailer.
2018. It's fairly new.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Huh. We should watch that.
Yeah.
We need to do a reaction. See what Bigfoot looks like.
Although Harry and the Hendersons is a great movie. John Lithgow.
Sure. I've seen that one.
I mean, if they'll accept the Yeti, he wrestled in WCW, so I'm sure you can still find him.
The Yeti?
Rocinante.
The Yeti.
The Yeti.
I don't think that's correct.
Vigilantes. Yeah, I'd accept that.
Okay.
The Abominable Snowman.
Although it was actually a mummy.
I mean, the most compelling evidence I always thought for Bigfoot was that, like, Native American tribes had different words for it. You know? Like, oh, that's cool. You know? But still nothing.
Well, should I go on to questions?
Yes. I would
We
like
can.
questions.
The only other thing that I had, that we didn't get to talk about it last week, was that there was the BlizzCon stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
among BlizzCon, like, there were some cool things that they announced. They, of course, have the new stuff for World of Warcraft, which was, like, the new stuff coming from Shadowlands. They also have the new Classic is going on to Burning Crusades, which was the first expansion of the game way back in, like, I don't know, 2007?
I played that one.
I don't know. I played, like, at the end of Burning Crusades, beginning of Wrath of the Lich King or so. But there was also some stuff with new remake of Diablo 2, which was interesting. I wasn't really expecting that one, but a lot of people said that Diablo 2 was great. You know, Diablo 3 is okay, but a lot of people always praised how Diablo 2 was and what it was like. And I don't know if that's a mixture of, like, nostalgia.
Well, I mean,
if it's really that good or what, but
Like, I played Diablo 2. I didn't beat it because it's just not my style of game. But, I mean,
Sure.
you can see the quality. And the fact that it still has such a huge community that still plays it, you know, I think speaks for itself. It's
yeah.
kind of like StarCraft in that way.
No, yeah. I mean, and I don't know if that's also, like, some of those are, like, you know, there's some games where, like, they push things to a point and then things kind of branched from there, you know? Like, was Diablo one of those kind of games that really kind of pushed more things? StarCraft was big on real-time strategy games. You know, Halo was really big in the first-person shooter genre. Like, there's just some things where, like, these ones pushed it and then these ones went further and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm going to be kind of excited because I played Diablo 3, but I always wanted to go back and play Diablo 2. And with them doing this, I recently was playing Warcraft 3 Reforged, and that was a lot of fun. But Diablo 2 Resurrected, I think is what it's called. Sounds kind of cool. It's going to have a lot of new updates, too, to where, like, you can play it in the old-looking style or in, like, the newer, like, more updated version and stuff, too.
Like
So,
the Master Chief Collector's Edition or whatever of Combat Evolved.
probably
Like where
something
you could
that,
like
yeah.
push a button and it would switch back and forth between the new
Yeah, I don't know
graphics
how
and the old.
seamless between, like, playing, like, Warcraft 3 Reforged was you could choose which setting you wanted to play, but once you were in the middle of the match, you couldn't change it.
Oh yeah,
In Monkey
So-
Island, you can switch on the fly.
yeah. Combat Evolved, you could switch on the fly too. It was cool.
So yeah, but that was kind of cool too. That was some of the main things that I really
there's
saw that they talked about.
Big
but-
Hearthstone changes.
Yeah, sure. Hearthstone was bringing out like a classic, like Hearthstone mode or something too, where you're gonna play with like the original cards. They also
Yeah.
were giving away like a lot of
Well, yeah,
brand new cards and stuff for
they've
it.
completely changed the classic set, and yeah, they're giving away a rotating set of like base cards that everyone's gonna have access to. They changed a bunch of cards. They took cards out that have been staples forever. I haven't played in a long time, but a lot of crazy changes, and I think for the most part they seem like good ones. Seems like they're adding like a Slay the Spire style mode too, kind of. They didn't show much about it, but the map looked like that sort of game, like a roguelike collectible card game.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. No, I saw some stuff with that a little bit. It looked interesting, but I'm not sure how it plays. But it did look like they're changing some things up a little bit. And I think there was some talk of maybe Overwatch 2, but I hadn't seen anything on it. So maybe I just didn't get that far into things I was watching yet. My main thing was looking at what WoW was going to have and whatnot. But
Like the two things I want them to change in Hearthstone that might bring me back is I want them to do legendary tokens. Like in Magic the Gathering Online, when you open a legendary, you get a token and you can spend that on the legendary that you want. Whereas in Hearthstone, you just get one, and it might be like a worthless one, you know. And also, like the dust system isn't very fair of
Okay.
like turning cards you don't want into new cards.
Gotcha.
No, sure, yeah, because that was like it would take a lot of cards to dust to turn them into the cards you wanted.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, well, I don't want this one. Let me get this one and trade it for one, even of equal value. It still seemed like it took. I don't know. It seemed like it would take a lot more to just dust and remake and whatnot.
Yeah, I think it was like a 4-to-1
Something like that.
thing, and like it's hard to get legendaries. So
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't usually want to dust other legendaries, not typically.
Yeah.
Not until you're sure you don't want them or never going to use them.
But yeah, that was the other thing I thought. Like there was a few neat things from there. The biggest one for me was I was surprised about Diablo. Not so much about Burning Crusades because I figured that was the route they were gonna go. There was speculation before about 2 routes that Classic WoW would go, where they would just follow the release of what they had previously already done, or that they would like with Warlords of Draenor, they took you into like an alternate timeline universe kind of thing of like this is you're going back in the past and doing this and stopping this from affecting your timeline kind of thing. It was interesting, but like there was speculation that maybe Warcraft Classic would take you a different alternate route, but it doesn't seem like they're going to do that. They'll just probably be following along with what they previously did, updating a little things here and there and whatnot. There's some neat stuff where if you've already played Classic, you can like copy your character so you can keep it in a Classic realm, but also let another one go to the new Burning Crusades like expansion.
Oh, yeah?
So you can keep them in both like iterations of WoW.
That's
kind
kind
of
of cool.
That way, if you want to keep playing the same raids and different things and journeying in there or
Yeah.
leveling and whatnot, you can.
Because you'll probably already have a community that you want to stick with there.
Yeah. And some of them might be like, I just want to play Classic. I don't want to play Burning Crusades. And other ones might be, well, I want to go to Burning Crusades. That was my favorite era or whatever, you know? So I'd love to go into like Wrath of Lich King because I never got to raid there and fight the Lich King. And that was always one that I was like, that'd be a really fun one to do. So
I think I'm finally getting close to the end of Hades, or at least like an ending.
Gotcha.
It's a lot of fun. Like you could, put the game down and come back to it later, but I like to try to do an entire run at once because I feel like I get into the groove, So I don't find a lot of like. It takes about an hour usually in order to have a successful one. So I don't have as many hours sitting around as I would like, but I'm on a streak now. Like the last 3 times I've played, I've escaped. So now I'm really worried about breaking that streak.
Yeah.
Because every time you do it, you want to use a new weapon, and so you get better and you upgrade some things for your character, but the weapons are completely different from one another. So like switching between those in order to get the rewards for beating it with it, like if you're not failing a lot, you're just going in fresh with that weapon, and it's extra tense because you're not like practiced with it. But it's so good. Such a good game. Time for questions.
Questions.
Sure, we can get
Questions that
those.
need answering.
The Arbiter 007. Will you guys stream any more Halo gameplay?
The only Halo I've ever played was still just that one stream we did.
That Reach.
When we played that whole.
I'd
We
mainly
played
done-
that whole game, didn't we?
We did all of
Yeah.
Reach, yeah.
We finished it.
That was fun. I enjoyed
played
it.
multiplayer of most of them.
Yeah.
I haven't really gone through the storyline of all of them, so it would be fun to do that. The
That'd
main-
be fun.
The main thing there is that I think it's only 2-player co-op for most of them,
Yeah.
Most of them, yeah.
and then 4-player co-op for 3 or 4. I don't know where. It's at some point they give you 4
think
player,
it's-
I think. But
I feel like it's 4.
for the first few, there's not. So
Yeah.
we could 2-person race through them, but then you're not necessarily paying attention to the story.
Yeah.
But
I mean, maybe, yeah.
maybe it could be like race, but it's not really a race. We're just 2-player playing through it. I don't know. But I always enjoyed Halo. Like the multiplayer was always fun.
Mm-hmm.
What's worse, Doctor Who's To Be Continued sound or WandaVision's Please Stand By? This is Ryan Whittleson.
Doctor Who's sound, because it comes at you. Like the Please Stand By, you're like, oh god, dang it, but it happens immediately. Whereas a Doctor Who one, you're like sitting there like waiting for it, and then you hear, and it's almost as if it's like mocking you, like, bam, bum 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 bum. Bum. You're like,
Yeah.
god damn it! I hate the mocking sound.
I hated the flowers from Demon Slayer.
Yeah,
I remember
that
those
did it.
Yeah.
that did it a couple time.
vividly as well.
Yeah.
Remember that song?
What was it?
We were talking about like the na 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 na. It was the what is it?
Naruto?
Was it Naruto.
Naruto
Yeah.
Where
opening.
you're like it's mocking you.
It's like
The closing theme.
Yeah, I get
Whenever we were talking about that,
Yeah.
it was like it's mocking us.
You know
You know what I miss?
I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
that's what it
closing
is.
theme.
I miss the swing in Naruto
Me too.
outro.
The
You
swing.
said Naruto.
Swaying.
Yeah, Naruto.
Oh yeah, I like the swing.
Yeah.
I miss the sway. This new one's not as good. Not as good.
Shiraz Saeed. Hey guys, love the AOT reactions. As you are a fair bit into the season, you've noticed changes in animation being CG used more often. The network wanted the season done in 8 months, hence the studio change. However, the fandom turned toxic quick. Animators get harassed weekly. The director deactivated his Twitter. What's your guys' thoughts on so-called fans asking for more than they get?
I mean, I know a lot of people like to pick on certain fandoms, like this one's toxic, this one, but I mean, there's toxicity in every fan group.
Yeah, it's just which one rears their head when.
Yeah, and it's which one's loud, you know,
Yeah.
like.
I think it's also a matter of like, I think it's okay to critique and have your thing
Sure.
like, guys, we liked it how it was. We would have
Yeah.
loved to watch it this way, but like, there's the toxic side of how you say it and what. I mean,
I agree.
how many times have you Rose, right?
Yeah.
From Star Wars.
From last year,
The things that were said to
Kelly
her
Marie
that
Tran.
were like you are nothing for Star Wars. Like kill yourself. Like it's just
She
like,
got taken off Twitter and or not taken off. She stopped all social media and has continued. Even a thing came out yesterday of her being like, "My life is so much better since I stopped doing social media."
I mean, it's
She's not
one
going
thing to
back.
like have your opinion and to voice it, but it's the way you voice it. It's the difference
It
of
is.
like, critically, like it's like critiquing something.
Yeah.
But like you can critique something without just shitting on whatever it is.
I absolutely agree, but like sometimes you'll get like Star Wars is a prime example. Like, the Star Wars fan bases are such shitty people. It's like not everybody's like that, and I think we have to remember that like fandoms are just people. There's just some toxic people,
Yeah.
and they happen to like different things.
I mean, it's
Like,
when
you have to expect that from anything because everybody out there is going to be toxic. One, toxic about something, and two, especially whenever you're on Twitter and you can just be anonymous and you're just pissed off about something and you just take it out and you feel better about yourself. Oh yeah, I really showed that person, and then someone else like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, like the line I think is just when you make it personal. It's like, why are you getting mad at these people?
Yeah.
Like,
Sure.
They just did their jobs.
Yeah, and the people you should be targeting aren't like the people doing the animation. It's not the actors. Maybe sometimes it's directors, but lots of times it's the people way behind. It's the producers. It's the people making like the bigger money from the top end of it who are forcing their hand to where like, well, here's why Spider-Man 3 has to have all these characters in it. Not because the director wanted it to be this way.
Yeah.
Don't blame was it Raimi? Sam
Raimi.
Raimi? Like,
Yeah.
don't blame him. Sure, he went with it, but
Sure.
he was also forced to do
He
it.
was contracted.
Push up
Yeah.
higher to the bigger people, like target the companies and stuff too, and those are the ones. But even still, like
Even
you don't
still,
have to.
there's a level that you should target.
You
them.
don't have to like
Yeah.
sure you don't.
There's
have,
a limit
It's the
to-
things you're saying too, like
But I mean, what very much talked about thing doesn't have toxicity in it? Like think of all the toxic people in the realm of politics, in the realm of everything. There's toxic people that hate trying to stop this pandemic. Like what? The pandemic?
I mean,
but there's something.
any group that grows large enough.
Exactly. Because it's just some people just have shitty takes. Most people have good takes, but they have a shitty take on one thing. But that one thing is way more likely to be talked about than all their good takes.
Yeah, we agree on a lot, but we
lot.
disagree on the prequels.
That's
And
true.
that's what comes to your mind.
Yeah, it definitely comes to mind. Exactly. But it's about our discourse. Like, you see that meme where it's like, it's like Eric and Rick like discussing the differences of prequels, and we have like martinis and we're like discussing normally, And then it's like Star Wars fans talking about The Last Jedi, and it's just like a brawl, like in a metal concert,
mosh pit.
Yeah. You can be respectful and disagree,
Sure, definitely.
and mock them behind your back, like when you leave, and I'm like, guys, Rick said this. No, I'm kidding.
isn't he ridiculous? Ah. And then we just start brawling.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
I mean, and it's the same thing like in our comments, right? We'll put out a video, and our comments are awesome. Like, our community is fantastic. But I'll look at the comments of a video, and I'll see 500 great comments and 5 that are, like, either shitting on us or shitting on something. and that's the one guy that's the only person to reply back to, or that's the only thing that gets to me, or when I stop that, I'm like, that fucking guy. Because toxicity just like gets in your head, you know?
Sure.
And that's the one that you want to respond to. Why shouldn't I respond to the 500 comments that are nice and encourage that behavior?
Yeah.
You know?
No, I mean, negativity sells.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the 10 things I hate the most YouTube videos are going to get more than the 10 things I love the most.
Yeah.
What's this guy hate? I'm gonna tell him why he's wrong. Like that's what happens.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not
that's
usually
the
like,
thing.
who's this guy love? I'm gonna tell him why he shouldn't. But
Definitely. Like, there are things I don't like, but I don't think I'll ever go out and tell someone why they shouldn't like something they do. Unless it's, like, harmful.
Sure.
But, like, if I don't like this, but if there's someone's like, I really like this, I'm not going to go up and be like, hey, one, I don't like it. I want you to make sure you know that. And two, here's why you shouldn't like it, you know?
Yeah. I don't care that you like the prequels.
Exactly. And you shouldn't. And you don't.
Yeah, and I don't care that you're wrong about not liking the prequels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's just it's usually the way that most of those toxic people talk.
Yeah.
Like, I'd much rather just see people being like, Game of Thrones ending. A lot of people didn't like that, right? Like, voicing that you don't like it and that you wish it would be better. You can still get the point across that you don't like it, but you don't have to target an actor because like, this actor or actress.
As if that
You're
actor
blaming
or
them.
actress had any pull about what the story was when they were on set filming
Sometimes
it.
they get some sway with what they do, but for the most part, that stuff's coming from the writers, from the directors, from the producers, from up the ladder, and then people will target that individual and stuff. And I'm like, don't do that. Like that's like they didn't. They were just doing their job.
They
and
signed a
trying to make it the
contract.
best
They
way
had
can.
to.
Yeah.
I mean, the craziest one for me is Joffrey, where, like,
where people hate him because
Yeah.
he was Joffrey.
it's like
He's such a good actor.
he's so good at his
Jack
job
Gleason is
Yeah.
great.
that, you know, but he didn't sign up for that.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's just it's finding, number one, where you should be venting it to make any change in it, because like you're not gonna solve it by talking to the actor that you're like this ruined it. No, you're gonna solve it by pushing up higher up and saying, hey, make sure that Disney knows you don't like this, or make sure whatever knows, not that one individual, but also don't come across as like, if you just start cussing them out and calling them pieces of shit and whatever else, like you're not gonna have any real meaningful say of anything.
You absolutely won't, and also like the change that you're asking for will absolutely not happen because you're just putting people off. You know,
like there's
Well, we do try to keep that in mind, though. Like, if we do see negative feedback that is toxic, you still don't want to disregard it completely.
no, you don't. I mean, because you can learn from everything. Like if someone's saying like fucking Eric's, well, he's fat and he's red faced and he's doing this, and he talked over Calvin. I'm gonna be like, you know what? I did talk over Calvin. I gotta get better at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just picking what you're wanting to say. It's just, and if you see everyone doing that, like, you don't have to follow suit. Don't feel like you have to follow suit, or at least critically think a little bit yourself and say it a different way. Be like, okay, I did dislike this. Why did I dislike this?
Yeah.
Was it because of this person? You know, what were the reasons?
Sure.
And then maybe, like, Eric and I had a conversation about, like, we were talking about Star Wars stuff. And we were talking about some of the stuff like, you know what, I kind of didn't like this.
Yeah.
You know what? If they'd have done this, I would have loved that.
Yeah.
Like, if we pitched that and said, hey, Disney, you guys screwed this up. I didn't like it because you did this.
Sure.
I think this would be really cool. What do you think of this idea? And, like, just voicing that, hey, I didn't like this at all. But here's like why I didn't like it. I think would do much better. And if you had a lot of people kind of doing that, this was awful. I didn't like it. Why did you do this? You ruined this character, but you don't have to target that character or anything.
It's the same reason we're like, you know, like the good idea in that movie we were talking about and the bad idea came from the same source, i.e. someone writing something and thinking that it's going to be good, you know? Like sometimes I tell a joke and I think it's going to be a really good joke and I say it and people laugh. Sometimes I tell a joke and I think it's gonna be really good and no one laughs, you know?
Someone always laughs when I tell a joke.
But it came from, I know. But it came from the same spot.
It's
the
you.
same like inspiration, the same like
Sometimes.
testing something. It's the reason why a comedian, they write something like, man, this is gonna kill.
Sure.
But they don't put it to a special until they've been doing it for 2 years.
Sure.
Because they have to work at it. They got to put it in front of different people. There's going to be 1,000 different responses to it, and maybe 90% of them are good and 10% of them bad. And is that a good ratio? You know?
And that's most of the time.
Yeah.
But there are instances where sometimes people just torpedo things.
I mean, it is true. And sometimes the joke is that you do torpedo things.
Yeah.
You know? But you don't want to do that in an inappropriate spot where people are like, hey, I wanted to continue that conversation, you know? But I get you.
No. Understand entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Light Shadow Onyx asks, would you guys react to a documentary? Could be interesting at some
I
point.
mean, we kind of reacted to a documentary with Chernobyl.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know about that.
There's a couple, like, in my head that I would really like you guys to watch. I'd like you guys to watch Resurrection of Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
I'd like you to watch the 30 for 30 on Ric Flair.
Sure.
Like, there's
Yeah.
some...
I want to say no, just because documentaries are such a... They're a thing I like to watch and never have to like, are we going to react to this? And I have to put it off, you know?
Sure.
Like, Tiger King came out, I'm going to watch it. People were saying it's good. And I put a picture up on Twitter of me like watching, like, you know?
Now,
That would have made for a
see,
good reaction.
I would have liked to have reacted
Yeah.
to Tiger King having watched it.
Yeah.
But I can't think of very many documentaries. I'm like, man, this would have made a good reaction.
I mean, Making the
Tiger King
Murder
was a
would have been
crazy
really good, I feel like.
Maybe. I think the discussions in
Yeah.
Making a Murder would have been interesting. I don't know if it necessarily had enough. It wasn't Tiger King. Tiger King sometimes would be like, what the fuck am I
Yeah.
watching?
Yeah.
I know.
What are,
It's
why
like,
are they...
how is this real?
Why are
This
these
has
people
to be made
thinking
up.
this is okay?
He's like, as an aside, this guy also has like a tiger harem with these tiger girls.
Yeah.
What? Why are we following Joe Exotic? Find this man. Follow him. Tell me more. How does he do this?
I'm just like, why? This guy's at a funeral and he's singing his own song?
Yeah.
Why? What? This is...
But he's not. He's lip sync. He's lip syncing over top of...
I'm like, what is up with these people? So I don't know. Probably not.
It depends on what it is.
Cody Bond. Hello, Blindwave. Have you guys heard of the anime Dr. Stone?
Mm-hmm.
Without spoiling too much, it's basically about speedrunning the evolution of science from the Stone Age. It's less about learning science and more about why science is amazing. I'd love to see your reactions and discussions. Also, the music is great.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot about it. It's come up a bunch, but I mean, no plans right now. But I mean, have we put it on a poll before?
I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I haven't heard about it since.
It's been a bit.
I think I heard about it like a couple weeks ago. Somebody brought it up in podcast.
We'll have to have a new show poll before too long, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like a survey.
Yeah. And, you know, right now, there's a lot of live shows coming up. So we're, like, getting ready to, you know, we have that influx of stuff going onto our schedule. So, you know, like, you know, for example, we don't have as many catch-up shows going on right now because we have a lot of live shows and we got to make up for that time. So I imagine whenever we are out of television season, we might be picking up some more stuff. And maybe Dr. Stone could be one of those, or all the million other things that get recommended.
Yeah.
There's just so much, you know?
More every day.
Yeah. What was the manga or show before Dragon Ball that Akira Toriyama did?
I don't know.
Because every time someone says Dr. Stone, I keep thinking of whatever that
I
is.
don't know.
Like, it had, like, a little robot girl.
The Robot Girl.
Yeah.
Dr. Slump?
Dr. Slum. That's what
Slump.
it is. Slump.
What
But
did
yeah,
you say? I
heard
thought
of
you
it.
said slump.
He
Slum.
said slum.
Oh.
But every
that's
time
what I
someone
heard.
said Dr. Stone, I keep thinking that. And I'm like, oh, I do. That's Akira Toriyama.
Yeah.
But it's not.
It's not. Bingledorn. Did you watch the Star Wars trivia match with Kelly and Damon? If so, how well would you have done with those questions?
I watched it live, and as it was going, I played the game along with it. I had my own board, so cause I'm trying to get used to actually writing down and spelling and
Sure,
stuff,
yeah.
you know. And I don't want to say exactly because you know you don't want to give away your
Well, yeah.
strengths
what
or
if,
weaknesses or stuff.
what if your
but,
enemies are watching right now,
It's true.
trying to get an idea of
I know,
Yeah.
what,
right?
you're,
Scouting.
what you're strong
Yeah.
on,
All
what
those,
you're not?
all those
I mean,
enemies.
I'm really bad at Clone Wars. Really terrible
Eric,
at.
shh,
Yeah.
Stop! Don't tell people
Yeah,
what
sorry.
you're bad at.
Anyway, yeah, I played the game. I'm excited to play my game.
Cool.
But I did watch it. I watched it live, and there's, like I said, there's another one going on tonight in like an hour. So
Yeah.
when we end, you can go watch that.
I need to watch the other
Down
one.
Blindwave sent
I've
you.
been wanting to watch that last Star Wars
Yeah.
one. I missed it. I was wanting to watch the Inner Geekdom one too, but I haven't
Yeah.
watched that one yet either.
No, it was good. I mean, there was stuff that I got that they didn't, or you know, Molly didn't. There was stuff that I didn't get that Molly did. You know, so Laura played a perfect game. Didn't get a single one wrong. So
Nice.
yeah, but
Congrats to
it's
her.
always it's fun to watch because you never know what question you're gonna get. and it can be like, to me, I'm like, what? They missed this? This is the easiest question. But then there's a thing that comes up that I don't know that they answer as if it was the easiest question. I'm like, goddamn it,
It's all about how familiar you are.
It's just, sometimes you just don't pay attention to stuff, and I spend 33 years not watching that Chewbacca got shot in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Sure.
motherfucker, I can't believe I missed this.
You don't always notice everything.
Or I
and
just
then-
don't pay attention to how many hours it was since they said this, then they had 8 hours left. Like, it's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of numbers in there you don't pay attention to. Like, do you remember in the Clone Wars movie, there's like this little gag where there's a droid, it's like, fire in sector 1137 something, 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 something. And they're like, what? What's that? And it's the kind of meta play on like, why didn't you say 1138? It's a Star Wars thing. But that number, I have memorized
Sure.
now, I wouldn't have bothered before, but I had to memorize that number because I think that's so funny that I would put a question in that. So I got to memorize that number.
It's a lot of numbers.
Yeah.
There's lots of things.
1137
Droid,
4265.
designations and stuff.
Oh yeah, so much.
So
So
obviously-
Ship model names and names.
See, the Schmoedown is a little different because sometimes they'll be like, what's the ship that did this? And you can give just the ship's name, or you could say like a snow speeder. But the snow speeder is actually not its name. It's an air speeder. It's like I can't remember this alpha designation right now, but it's an air speeder, and they just modified it for the cold. They talk about that in the movie. So when you say snow speeder, technically you're not correct, but everyone just accepts that answer, you know? So there's stuff like that.
It's like
A37, I think, maybe. I'm sorry.
it's like an animated GIF.
Yeah.
Technically, you were wrong.
Yeah.
But everybody says it that way.
Exactly. GIF. I get you.
Now, obviously, you're not allowed to have like note cards going into this.
No.
thing. But what if you tattooed trivia to you? Could they stop you?
I don't know.
You'd have to wrap it.
Would
yeah.
you?
I mean, also, if you have it tattooed on you, it's probably not going to be something that you have a hard time remembering because
It's just
you see it every day.
it's also a thing where there's so much information that I would be like, they asked me the question, what's the number of the garbage masher? And I'd be like, hold on. Trying to find where I have that tattooed with like mirrors, because there's just so much,
You do what the high schoolers were doing, where they were like printing out their own Snapple like bottle logo things, and then replacing like
All the
ingredients
labels.
and
Yep.
different
Yeah,
things with like
seen that.
information. Like the nutritional value is like.
And I don't
There's a
want to.
multiplication table or
I
whatever.
also just wouldn't want to win that way. If I get something wrong,
Sure.
I want to
No.
then learn it and never forget it.
No, I'm just purely like theoretical. I wonder how
Sure.
that falls within the rules.
I mean, here's the thing is that like these things used to be live and now they're not.
Yeah.
So the general rule right now is if you're not playing or you have the ability to steal or something, like you just have to play with your arms up. So my idea is to get like a towel or something.
We should get you a stockade.
It could do that too, but I was thinking like a towel so I could always be like Cobra Kai.
Okay.
You know,
That's pretty good.
I think I'm gonna do that.
I just wear the gi and just.
I
hold
could
over
do
the
that.
thing.
Like it's always
Yeah.
have my hand up like this.
No, you can't wear a gi. He's the knight. You can't wear a gi. You're not like the ninja.
It's true. Aaron, I thought of your nickname too.
Oh,
and it's based
no.
off from the Pokemon stream.
Hmm.
The eunuch.
The eunuch. One ball.
That's not what that means.
That's not what that means. You mean unique?
Unique.
That's how you would
Unique
pronounce it. I was like, that's not what that.
Have a look. Look, I'm Aaron, the unique Elliot. Wait, Aaron, that's not how you spell unique. What?
Next question. James, speaking of Cobra Kai, from James. Aaron, Rick, it's been a while since you've done karate, right? I was wondering if you remember any of the kata. You should demonstrate one sometime. Anyway, what was your biggest takeaway from practicing martial arts? Any particular principles / lessons that you found valuable?
Nope. No, I'm sure there's some stuff that I remember. I think some of the later ones are the ones I remember the least because I didn't run them as much as the ones that here's your first, second, third kata and you ran those your whole like martial art career, like Wansu and Anaku and stuff like that are like the ones that are more there I think than others. But
yeah, I still go back and do them every now and then. I know 50% of them, like right now, if I looked up like the first couple moves of another one and I started doing
I
it.
think it would like trigger.
Yeah, I think it would trigger. But as far as like just starting from scratch, only like half of them.
That was always the thing about like when we would do lightsaber choreography, and you have 120 moves in the fight, but you do them in sets. So you'd be like, all right, so we do here, 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 and then we break, and then what's the next set? And your mind doesn't think about them at all. I have no idea what these moves are, but you do the first. No, it's here. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you suddenly remember 17 moves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you just gotta like break the dam.
You just have to break the dam, like break the ice, and then it all just flows back in.
I remember
because it's that they call it muscle memory, right?
Yeah, muscle memory.
I remember having times too where like we would be doing that as well, but we would do one move, and then the next move we would do wrong.
Yeah.
But it was similar enough to another move that we had choreographed, and it led us into a different section of choreography.
Suddenly we've like
and we just
time
kept going
traveled
into something else without stopping. I'm like, well, shit, that
It's
wasn't
funny,
it.
like you're doing like you're doing these moves fast, like at the same time, but you're like, oh, what we just did, which was like really decent choreography, we shouldn't have done.
That was wrong.
And it's not just a matter of one person forgot it and the other person didn't, and you smack them in the head. It's just that muscle memory of following what the partner's doing.
As far as like takeaways, a lot of good stuff came out of me being in karate. Like physically, before I went in karate, I suffered from asthma, and then like after I was done, I didn't have it anymore, and that it might have been part of it. It might have been a coincidence or whatever.
Sure.
Like the exercise itself, but also the meditation and the mindfulness has also been very useful. Before I started karate, I wasn't diagnosed with my anxiety yet, but like those sort of exercises helped a lot for those kind of things and have continued to help. So that was very valuable as well.
Yeah. I mean, the methods and stuff that we had, like even just like the beginning of class with like the stretches and the routine and stuff, like learning that keeping routine and all that kind of helps with a lot of aspects of your life.
Yeah.
Which is weird because like maybe you don't think of that necessarily, but just having that routine of whether it is in martial arts or it's like, all right, make sure I go brush my teeth, I'm gonna do this, go to bed, wake up, do this, like it helps you just to be more like efficient. It keeps you on a schedule and stuff too. And I think I've also kind of lost some of that because like I haven't done martial arts for a long time.
Sure.
But it definitely I think helped me, especially back then, as far as like routine and stuff, and discipline is just a big part of like if you focus and make sure that you're doing the things you need to do, then it just helps to make everything just kind of go easier.
Yeah.
And it helps, like it helped me with confidence a lot too, because like, I would start off the thing, we would do however many push-ups, and like I'd get kicked in the chest, like, and it was, a hard kick, and like I couldn't breathe for days afterwards or whatever, or like, I would just put myself through these things, and I can look back at it and be like, I did those things.
Sure.
So I can do these things, no problem.
Sure.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So.
And we're getting kicked in the nose by my sensei because I hesitated. I was like, he's doing a spinning kick. I better watch out. No, I can get him. But because my first thought was to watch out and to make sure I dodged it, by the time I started to go in, I was at a point where he wouldn't have hit me at all, but it hit me like in the nose, and I just got a terrible bloody nose.
Sure.
I remember one of our students, like, I pulled the punch for where he was, but he moved in, so I just clocked him right in the nose, and he got a bloody nose. It's the only time I ever, I think, like really hurt someone.
I think.
Any other time, no one complained.
Well, any other time, like Aaron and I would clash, but I would get the worst end of it.
You would get the worst end?
Yeah.
Probably. My sister, I remember, she would say like there were certain times she's like when we would first start sparring, it would be fine, but then she would know when she hit me, and it hurt me enough that I would change, and she's like, "Damn it," like, now he's gonna go harder and faster than what he was just doing. So I'm like, I know I did do that.
Yeah, I can't wait till COVID's over and I can get back into it, because I was taking jiu-jitsu classes, and they were great.
Yeah, I was really enjoying jiu-jitsu.
Can't do that.
Oh, were you taking jiu-jitsu?
For a little bit, yeah.
That's what you do. You take jiu-jitsu, but don't tell anybody. That way, if they get lippy, they don't know, and you can just armbar them.
So that was one thing with karate is like, I don't feel like I necessarily like told anyone really. Like it wasn't something I was around like I'm in karate. I
Sure.
have this color belt or anything. I just kind of
Yeah.
did it. if it came up and someone asked,
You
whatever, I was kinda
enjoyed
like,
it.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
sure, you know, I do this,
Sure.
but it wasn't like there was some kids I know where like they would say it. And
Yeah.
they would kind of like, oh, I'm in karate. And it's like, well, you don't need to do that. You know,
Yeah.
like you need to be humble. Don't brag about it and use it as like, because also too, like then you get the people that are gonna be like, oh, you're in karate, huh? Oh, you know how to fight, huh? And then they want to pick a fight because.
I mean, that's why like MMA fighters, they often will get just like they don't go to bars a whole lot because you get stupid drunks like, this guy thinks he can fight, huh? I'll show you how I can fight, you know?
And then they get a lawsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
exactly.
you know, no matter how good you are, something can go wrong.
Absolutely.
One way or the other.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Not fighting is not fun.
It's funny, like you were talking about, like, I mean, repetition and that muscle memory and all that stuff. And I did this yesterday. I did it today. We were watching something, and someone said a number that will never come back and never be part of my discussion or a point. I just wrote it down because I've just been watching Star Wars and writing down every single conceivable number.
I do that in Lost.
Yeah, I know.
So,
but you never know when you need to. But I did it today. I wrote something down, and I was like, my internal monologue was like, "What are you doing?" I scratched it out. I don't need this.
I do wonder if doing martial arts helped with any of my like doing lightsaber fights and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah,
when we took up with that.
it didn't help me though.
No, it didn't.
It did.
I don't know.
Although, but before and afterwards, like I was much more coordinated at the end of it than I was at the end or at the beginning.
Yeah.
But like that coordination didn't transfer to other sports necessarily.
Sure, I get you.
All right, next question. Link to the Pacific Standard Time. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for the upcoming Snyder Cut?
Ooh.
I'm a 5.
Sure,
I
get you.
I'm letting myself be excited.
Yeah.
Letting yourself, so you're not forcing yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm almost more excited for you to watch it than I am to watch it myself because you have never seen Justice League.
No, and the reason I never saw it is I heard some like negative
Sure.
criticism. I didn't like Man of Steel very much, so
Yeah.
I never watched anything past that. But I'm just trying to go in neutral.
Yeah.
Not excited, not like high expectations,
Yeah.
but not low expectations.
I'm excited if only for the fact that like I'm a big proponent of letting the artist be the artist. Like, no
Sure.
one likes to hear like, well, the studio came in and made me change this.
Yeah.
Even if it's good or bad, I don't like to hear that. You
No,
know?
like I want to see Terry Gilliam's movies. I don't want to see the
Exactly.
movie you thought I
Yeah.
would like.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, George Lucas has terrible dialogue for the romance scenes in the prequels. But that motherfucker wanted those words because he wanted to invoke Hollywood romance, like from the 30s, you
Yeah.
know? And we know from watching the Clone Wars, when he gets an idea that he wants to invoke, he'll go hard on it. Motherfucker did Godzilla in space, you know? He did
Yeah.
like the Hutt cartels or just the Godfather, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm like, as much as like I might be like, you know what, I don't like this part. I love that George Lucas put that in there because that's what he wanted to express.
Well,
Zack
and-
Snyder wanted to express things this way. He had 2 movies to go up to here, and then they just, and the weird thing too is that you kind of get this feeling like they almost used his daughter's death as an excuse to get rid of him. And that seems shitty,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of weirdness there. You have the weirdness where Joss Whedon also has some, certain things that Ray Fisher's talked about and stuff like that. And then, it was just, the movie felt like it was disjointed and it didn't flow. I wasn't watching something coming from the mind of somebody.
Sure.
That's what I'm excited to watch the Snyder Cut for. I'm not super jazzed for watching in that aspect ratio, but I will.
Really?
Yeah.
But you get more, right?
No, you do. You're not losing anything. You only get more. But
It just
still
looks
won't-
like
it still
less.
won't fill up the TV.
Because the TV isn't
Yeah.
the correct aspect ratio.
Like, I think if the prequels weren't Star Wars movies,
Yeah.
I would probably love them.
Yeah.
And like, I had preconceived notions about what Star Wars was,
Sure.
and like they just didn't mesh with that, and
Yeah.
it clashed. But like, I love The Room,
No, I get you.
and that's
Yeah.
a person making a thing that's exactly what they want to make.
That's what they wanted.
And I admire nothing more,
I
and
get
I
ya.
love it when it goes right, and I love it when it
Yeah.
goes wrong.
Like, one of the biggest criticisms is that George Lucas had nothing but yes men telling him yes, and not holding him back.
Yeah, so he
So
just made
he went hard,
He did.
And when you go hard, you make stuff like, some of the dialogue scenes in there, but then you also get Duel of the Fates, you get the opening battle of Coruscant, you get some pretty amazing stuff that's in those movies. But what you also do is you teach kids the dangers of following one politician, like when George Lucas made Star Wars, he was making a movie about Vietnam from the point of view of the people of Vietnam, not America. But they were like, you can't really do that in this time, George. He's like, okay, I'll put it in space. It's kind of what happened.
Sure.
If you watch Empire of Dreams, that's what's said. And I was pretty shocked by that. I was like, wow, yeah. But that's the story that he wanted to tell. It's about like the downtrodden person fighting someone that's telling you what to do.
Sure.
And with the prequels, he had that was not the same, motivation, but.
And the motivation was still kind of based in history. It was about like democracy falling.
It was. It's the Phantom Menace. It's democracy falling, and it's how do you make a hero the villain? But I also recognize that he recognized his own weakness because he did not want to direct those movies.
Yeah.
Everybody that he took it to, like Episode 1, Steven Spielberg, all that stuff, they said, no, George, I'm not doing this. Because Richard Marquand and Irving Kershner, they still said, like, George still was responsible for all those things. Like, when something wasn't going the way that he thought it went the way George Lucas wanted. Like, when I make a movie, I want to be in my control. You should just direct these. And he's like, all right, I'll direct them, So he was showing his weaknesses, but it's still from a singular mind.
He wanted what he wanted, but he knew he wasn't a great director from the direction side of it.
And I quite like the sequels, but one of the things I don't like about them is that they're not from a singular mind.
Yeah. Sure.
Sure.
And that's their greatest weakness, I think.
Yeah.
I think had you had that, or even if you, not from a singular mind, but if you had a group that was working to like, let's not make sure we tell a story, let's tell the arcing story of it, not like, all right, let's give it to this guy. All right, now let's give it to another guy. All right, well, people didn't like that, let's give it back to another guy.
Yeah.
Like, just have people, here's the story you want to tell, who's going to direct these stories.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to see it, the whole spectrum of the worst it can go to the best it can go, just look at WWE. Like, that's always been, or not always, but for the last 30 years, it's been one guy at the top making all of the decisions.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the best thing on TV, sometimes it's the worst.
The worst.
Yeah.
Now, I think there's some, I don't know exactly how they did all of the MCU stuff. There's definitely different directors for this and that. And, like, some directors stuck around for various things and some things changed up. But it feels pretty connected and whatnot. But not all of that is continuing the exact same characters and multiple characters over 3 different movies. You have different things happening. They can feel a little bit more one-off. There can be time in between. But if you're trying to, like, here's a story, now we pick up, here's the next story, here we pick up, here's the last story. You got to have more connectivity, and you got to make sure you have kind of a general idea of where everything's going versus, like...
Need to have those...
MCU has more wiggle room because they have, here's the general ideas. As long as your movie hits these beats, you're good. You can do anything else you want as long as you get this, and end with this.
Yeah, and you have Kevin Feige on set and in story meetings, too, being like, all right, here's a thing we can throw at you, or what can you throw at me so I can throw at the next one, you know?
But when you don't have something like that, that's what kind of causes problems.
Yeah.
So they just need to Marvelize their Star Wars stuff, and it should be fine, I think.
JoJo in Space bringing up a good point. We should be celebrating today, 5th anniversary of our Discord server.
It is.
Happy birthday, Blind Wave Discord server. Do you guys have any favorite Blind Wave community memories?
Oh, man. Let's see. It was always really cool when we did Kylo Ren The Awakening. A bunch of like the Discord people did like reactions, and that was cool to like seeing the other side of what they see. So I liked that. And then,
also, there used to be lots of like, I remember being in like mailbags, like the watch-alongs.
There used to be watch-alongs.
30, 40 people sitting in a Discord
those were always crazy.
Chat, watching mailbag together. I remember listening to those because they would be like, "Oh, there's a big thing. I can't wait to see what the reaction is to this or that." And so there's always been some really cool stuff with Discord, and it's been a really good community.
Yeah,
mine's definitely the hint hunts, either watching them or listening to them if they're all in voice chat.
Those are pretty special days.
Yeah. Like the 100K, the 300K videos.
And it was
pretty special.
It's been a good long time. I need to do another one at some point. But like I ran a Discord adventure for like some Discord people.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
D&D.
I love, whenever a meme gets out there from a stream or something that we do, and then you come back, like you don't look at Discord for a day and you come back and there's 50 new ones. I'm just, laughing at them. Those are great moments too.
Yeah, but no, it was good. I got to play with viewers. I've played with viewers various times through the Discord and stuff too. That's kind of how it started. It started because we were streaming here on Twitch, or I was streaming here on Twitch at the time, and Rob was like, "There's Discord. You can just use it." And I'm like, "I don't know what Discord is. I've never heard of it. Is it like Raid Call or Dolby? What was that Dolby one? Do you remember that one?
Like AOL Instant Messenger?
Or TeamSpeak, or like there's all these different things back in the days of gaming.
And I remember Dolby. I like Dolby because you could put them in a room around you.
Yeah, Dolby was interesting, but it wasn't very big. I know we had Raid Call that I used for a while, TeamSpeak, Ventrella. Like there was all these different things, but it's like, there's Discord. Check out Discord. You can chat. You can have you can use. It's like a forum as well, kind of. I'm like, okay, well, and he kind of made it up and was like, here, use this. I'm like, all right.
5 years.
And then it's just been growing since then. So if you guys haven't joined the Discord, make sure you guys check it out. It's usually in the description of every YouTube video. If you do !Discord and Twitch, it'll show up and you can get a link there.
There it is.
If you're a patron, it links you automatically if you're tied into Discord. So.
And I go in there and try to interact when I can, but there's a lot of channels I just straight up can't go into.
Spoilers.
Just, watching out for spoilers.
Definitely.
But I mean, every once in a while there'll be a 5-hour-long conversation of Star Wars, and I'll catch up on all of it, and then I'm like, all right, I got to talk for a bit, and I'll spend an hour in there talking with people, so that's always fun.
Yeah, like sometimes people will tag me in like the Attack on Titan channel or whatever. I'm like, I can't
go in
there.
Go there. You guys.
Don't ever tag us in any channel of any show that we're reacting to.
True. But
unless it's Eric in Lost or something like that.
I'll look in Blind Wave. When we were doing Chuck, I was looking in Chuck. There's things like that where I'll look in things where like Doctor Who. I was watching in Doctor Who and stuff.
Yeah.
So
I would say that especially for the things that that we can't be in, like all 4 of us. If you do have something that you feel like, man, the guys need to know this about this thing, the best way to do that is tag the editor. Just go to the end of the video and see who the editor is. All of our editors are on Discord. If there's something that like we vitally need to know or something like that, they'll message the editor. Then the editor can decide if that's something that needs to be pushed to us or not. Is generally how we do that thing. I had someone asking about that the other day. Hey, if there's a thing, and I know that you guys don't go in your comments or don't go in this for these certain videos. What do you do? And I said, message the editor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Discord's easy to set up. You'll need to tie it to a phone number in order to get into our server.
Yeah, that's just a security measure that we have because once we started doing that, so many trolls just went away.
But
sure.
Yeah, it's on mobile. It's on PC.
Yeah.
All right, Alicia, favorite mech anime? Code Geass is a mech anime. Favorite mech anime?
I mean, it has to be.
I'd have to go with Code Geass.
That's a tough one.
Code Geass or Gurren Lagann?
It's got to be.
I guess
Gurren
Lagann's
Lagann's a
one,
mech
right?
anime.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That is a hell of a mech
100%
anime.
Gurren Lagann.
It's got to be between that and Neon Genesis Evangelion.
I like that as well. To be fair, I hadn't seen it in like 15 years.
Yeah.
I only have those 2.
Yeah.
I only have Garen and Code Geass. I don't think I've ever watched any other mech anime.
Sure.
Like as
Yeah,
far
both
as
of those are really good.
hype and like love
Yeah.
and like those particular emotions, it's definitely Code
Like
Geass.
that one, the Code Geass like happened to have mechs.
Yeah.
Is how I feel about it.
Sure.
Like it has mechs, but also that's not why I came.
Yeah.
Hype and Love is Code Geass or Gurren Lagann?
Gurren Lagann.
Gurren Lagann.
Did he say Code Geass?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Gurren Lagann.
I was
Yeah.
confused.
Yeah.
And I did not dislike Gurren Lagann.
Gurren Lagann had a cool like
Code
cool-
Geass.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I'm sorry, Rick.
I really liked a lot of Code Geass. Especially the ending, which is something that anime struggle with.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I also really liked the original Gundam Wing, but that for me is what Neon is for you, where
Yeah.
I just haven't seen that in forever.
Yeah. No, Gundam Wing, I've liked Gundam Wing. It's just that Gurren Lagann just holds a special place in my heart. Code Geass, I mean, I generally enjoyed Code Geass. I don't think I ever got over its art style.
Really,
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Yeah. I like the mechs. They
Yeah.
look cool.
Before we get too far, I saw people talking in chat too about the mods of Discord and stuff like that too. So I definitely want to say thank you to them because they've
Oh,
helped
yeah,
on
absolutely.
Twitch, Discord,
Mm-hmm.
YouTube. You know, like they've been around to help us with spoilers so that
Yeah.
we don't get spoiled with things, whether it's for the game that we're playing
Mhm.
or because Attack on Titan is coming out and people know things or whatever the case may be. So they've been a lot of help for a lot of stuff, and they help a lot of
Absolutely.
people in the community and stuff too. So
They make it so that, and this is, don't take this the wrong way. Like I take them for granted is how good they are. Like I don't have to worry about our Discord server that represents us getting too crazy or anything like that. Like I truly do take them for granted and how good they are. Yeah.
Yep. It is rare to have that many good people all for one cause.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yep.
They
we definitely appreciate
spend
it.
a lot of their time working, keeping it that way.
Yeah.
So thank you to the mods, and if you guys have problems with them, you can message me because they're doing the things that we usually tell them to do.
Yeah.
Don't take it up with them. Don't argue with them. There's no point if they're saying, hey, you're spoiling. It's because we've said, hey, don't let this kind of stuff come
Yeah.
through or whatever. So
Yeah.
so thank you, mods.
Tracer James, hi guys. I've been a fan of your channel for a little over a year now. My question is, what are some of your favorite guilty pleasure movies?
Mortal Kombat.
Okay, so a guilty pleasure movie is one that you watch, but you wouldn't want everyone to know you're watching, kind of thing, right?
In a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the idea of it. Like that's why I was like, you know what? Before, when I was talking about guilty pleasure listening, I would say Backstreet Boys, but I feel like so many people actually listen to Backstreet Boys or are okay with their songs or know their songs and will sing along with you.
Yeah. I mean,
As
and
I feel like Will Smith's the other one.
It's
Where like
ti-
if you're
it-
like no one knows Will Smith or likes Will Smith or whatever. That's
Yeah.
I
the
mean, no
thing.
one knows Will Smith.
No, like they don't like his songs. Is what I mean. Like if you're like, oh, I'm listening to Will Smith. That's why I was like, I'm gonna change it to that now instead of Backstreet Boys. But
sure.
For a movie, I'm trying to think of a movie that I was like, I don't want anyone to know that I like watching.
Like you're proud about Mean Girls.
I mean, I like Mean Girls. Yeah, I have
Yeah.
no problem with that. I guess Mean Girls is it. I don't know if I want people not
But
to
that's
know.
not a guilty pleasure.
Do I want
That's
people-
just a pleasure.
Do I want people not to know that I like
Let's
Mean
look
Girls?
up the official
that's the thing.
definition of guilty pleasure.
Like there were times watching WWE that I was like, man, I don't want people to watch me watch this right now because this is just
Okay.
terrible or
So-
crude.
We got to change your answers a little bit. It's a movie, piece of music, television that one enjoys despite feeling that it's not generally held in high regard.
Yeah.
That
Almost
changes
everything
it
I
a little
watch.
bit.
I don't think it changes too much for me.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where like I know if I say this to someone, if I say
Yeah.
like back in school, right? If you said that
Yeah.
you liked comic books, that was like a guilty pleasure kind of thing because
It
a lot of
was.
people didn't hold that. You didn't
Yeah.
want to say you love Star Wars because that was nerd kind of stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
you would get people would hate on you or make fun of you or whatever, right? It's kind of the same idea, right?
It was.
Like, back then, like you didn't want to say you like Backstreet Boys because but everyone loved Backstreet Boys and listened to them. But I don't know what
I remember
movie
wearing my Captain America shirt in 1999 and people being, what the hell is that? I'm like, motherfucker, this is going to take over the world in 20 years.
Mean Girls could work, but I feel like most times I've mentioned it, most people usually like it.
People,
Yeah, there's
Mean Girls is a
praise
good movie.
for Mean Girls in the chat right now. So
Good.
I don't feel as if
Good.
that's why I was saying like it's not really something that you're guilty about either. So
No.
it doesn't work
don't-
either way.
Yeah.
Like, The Room is the best answer to that. You genuinely enjoy it, and is not held in high regard. But it is held
But
in
is
high
beloved.
regard for how bad it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I break the system.
Yeah.
Right.
You've
Like
broken the system. It's just a pleasure. There's no guilt.
exactly. Maggie had one. It wasn't a show, but there's an anime called Orange Host Club that like she was watching and she turned it off when I came in.
Yeah.
I was like, "What were you watching?" And she didn't want to tell me because she thought I would judge her.
Yeah.
And then I started
She caught
watching
you
it.
watching
I was
it?
like, "This is exactly the shit I love.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite things that I've ever watched. We
mean-
need to watch more of this."
My guilty pleasure, honestly, used to be the prequels because, especially when they came out, they were not loved, you know? But now that the world has advanced to my level,
Yeah.
you know, people love them
Does
again.
that mean my guilty pleasure is the original trilogy? Like I like watching them. I don't
Yeah.
have a problem watching them.
Uh,
I don't hate them or anything like that. Like
This
I
wouldn't
like
be your guilty
I like
pleasure.
all of Star Wars, but
Yeah.
a lot of people don't like the new trilogy.
the sequel
The
trilogy?
sequel trilogy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird too because, especially now where everybody has a voice and what is in regard is in flux. Like,
Yeah.
because there's a million people that hate that movie and there's a million people that love that movie. You know, It's just which one got to Rotten Tomatoes first, you know?
Oh, yeah, X-Men 3, I guess.
X-Men 3. That one's not that
Yeah.
good.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's widely held as like
It's
not a great movie, but I enjoy watching it.
Really?
I
Yeah.
definitely enjoy certain parts of it.
I mean, I
Like when Magneto like picks up the goddamn Golden Gate Bridge.
yeah, it takes it
awesome.
over to
Yeah.
the Rock.
Yeah.
I mean, our favorite Karate Kid is Karate Kid 3,
I know.
and
That is a guilty pleasure.
most people would probably not agree.
But the thing is that
Dude,
like
Karate Kid might be
using
a
the
guilty
word
pleasure.
guilty pleasure is weird because I'm so I never
series.
feel shame
Oh.
or guilt.
I was gonna
I
say,
just
the first
don't.
one's great.
You know, not one fucking bit. You know.
Yeah, Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. You know, one that I was surprised on that may fall into that, because like if I'm looking at like what Rotten Tomatoes says and that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, The Rock. I love The Rock,
Rock's
not the
great.
actor, the movie, The
Yeah.
Rock.
Sure.
Sean Connery, Nick Cage. I love that movie. It's so good. I would watch it all the time. It's like last I looked, it was like a 40 to 50% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like,
I was
it's
just gonna
that
check.
low.
I mean, Michael Bay's movies are all critically panned. I
I
feel like.
love that movie, Rick. It's so good. I love it. But I don't know if that's like if I said The Rock to someone.
I do love that.
I feel like
movie.
most people I've talked to like The Rock.
Like I'm not gonna put it up as a cinematic masterpiece.
It's
But I love that
66 for professionals and 85 for audience
It's actually
review.
gone up since I last looked.
Yeah.
I remember being like, it's below 50%. So that's crazy. That's gone up. Anything Nick Cage, like Ghost Rider, is that loved?
I don't
I
think
did not
Ghost
love
Rider's
Ghost
Rider when I
beloved.
I thought
watched
the
it.
first movie was pretty good.
I thought it was.
I
Okay.
enjoyed the first movie
It wasn't
for a
bad enough for me to
standalone
like
movie,
it. It
but
wasn't
not
good
as
enough
a
for me to like
You know,
it.
it's hard for me to
superhero
find
movie.
something where I'm like, you know what? I feel guilty for enjoying this. I don't know.
National Treasure.
Because we're not ashamed of watching the stuff we like.
Maybe.
Like
Maybe that's what
we've
it is.
made that our career.
Yeah,
Sure.
You know.
I mean, hell, I watch Batwoman, and every day I have, or not every day, but every week I see people being like, "Why are you watching this
I know,
trash?" So
exactly.
I guess Batwoman's my guilty pleasure.
Like,
'Cause, like, those
I
guys are
look
like-
down far more on people that try to shame other people for liking something than I look down on the things I don't like.
Oh,
You
like
know?
Batman and Robin?
Batman. Oh man, Batman and Robin's great. I love all those. I love that.
Yeah,
I
but
legitimately
widely
will
held
watch
is
that
like not
movie
a
and
great
have a good
Batman
time.
movie.
I love it.
I
though.
will not say like this is Batman, but I'll be
Yeah.
like this is funny.
It is funny.
They got ice skates, baby.
They
They
do.
just got clip their heels and they got ice skates.
Dude,
I'm sorry, that's Batman. That's the
It's Batman and Robin.
Yeah,
Batman and Robin.
absolutely.
I was thinking Batman.
Yeah,
Forever,
'cause
too.
it was-
No.
Mr. Freeze,
It
right?
was funny. The other day, it was yesterday actually. The kids were watching Superhero Girls, and I heard a line, and I was like, "Wait, is that what I thought they said?" And then my kids were laughing about it and stuff, and I hear Ayla like, or Kanan was like, "Someday you can't get rid of a bomb," haha. And I was like, "Wait, what? What did they just say?" And I looked back, and it was Batgirl, and there was Harley Quinn, and they were putting out a bomb or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did they just say some days you can't get rid of a bomb?
Some days
And
you
they're
just
like,
can't
yeah,
get
that's
rid
what
of
they
a
said.
bomb.
I'm like, that's from Adam West movie.
Yeah.
I was like, what? And they're like, Melanie's like, what are you talking about? Like, it's a reference to Batman. She goes, they reference a lot of other stuff in here too. I'm like, oh, and I showed them that, and Kanan and Ayla were watching. And they were laughing about like, oh, there's the ducks. You
Yeah.
can't throw it at the ducks. Oh, can't throw it at the nuns. You know, like, oh shit.
Evie
Yeah.
really loves Adam West Batman right now.
Yeah, it's good.
She's super into it.
So, hey, that's a few ideas, I guess.
Yeah. I guess I don't really have any, like... I mean, sure, there's movies that, like, are not held in widely good regard, but I enjoy watching them. But, yeah, I don't feel guilt for watching them.
I've
Yeah.
never met anyone that's ever liked Dragon Ball Evolution.
I enjoyed it.
You know, I'm gonna try to like it so it can be my guilty pleasure now, Eric.
I just
I'm gonna force myself.
I never met a Dragon Ball fan that's ever liked Dragon Ball Evolution.
I'm a Dragon
okay.
Ball fan.
I like it for the wrong reason.
Am I not?
Yeah,
I'll watch it again.
sure.
Someday.
You never seen Dragon Ball, Calvin? Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z. I'll grant that you've seen
I've
a
seen
version
some.
of Dragon Ball Z.
I've seen some of Dragon Ball. You've showed me stuff.
Eric,
You showed me
after-
the best bits.
After getting the most important scene in that movie, like it's so good. There's nothing better than just Dragon. I love that.
You would not love it as much if you knew.
I'm a fan of Dragon Ball.
But I love it. And I also like Dragon Ball. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, but you have a weird thing
it's-
about you with
I'm
some
twisted
movies.
and-
I don't understand.
Yeah.
There's movies that are like, this is a pretty good movie. You're like, it's terrible. I'm like, what? It's pretty good. It wasn't good enough. I'm like, but it wasn't as bad as these movies. Yep, that's the problem. I
Yeah.
was like, God, I don't understand.
Ooh, Mars Attacks. Where's my pen?
Mars Attacks. That's a movie.
I need to watch that.
Yeah.
Big P30 says, yeah, but Rick is a mascotist.
Let's see.
Last Airbender.
Skipping around a little. Yizzing. There's a lot of really cool theories on fossils inspiring different mythological creatures. I knew about a few of these, like different dinosaurs for dragons and griffins. Coolest in my opinion is the Cyclops coming from a baby mammoth skeleton because the nose hole is really big and the eye holes are really small. Anyway, did you go through any phases as a kid where you were obsessed with learning about a very specific topic?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
like UFOs and aliens were definitely one. The dinosaurs, absolutely. Like there's like you have a dinosaur phase. I probably had a dinosaur phase 7 times.
Yeah.
You know, where you just check out the same 2 books at the library every day, or every week, I should say.
As a kid, I always had an obsession for Stephen Beiste's cross-section books. Like, I love Stephen Beiste's cross-section books.
Yeah.
I still do. I'll sit down for an hour.
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
Here, I'll Google it for you so you can see.
Stephen Crises?
Stephen Beiste.
Beiste's cross section.
Yeah. So it takes like the ones I've seen are like European castles, right? And it will cut them in half, and it will like show you the innards, and it will explain like what all those things are. But they're very nicely illustrated.
Yeah, like the incredible
Okay.
cross sections of Star Wars.
I don't.
You ever seen
They're
those?
called a cross section.
Yeah, we
Is it
have
because
them.
they split them. I didn't realize like the cross.
I'm pretty sure we have them upstairs.
The cross section is what's catching me. I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you mean by cross section?
A cross section is like a diagram.
So you
As
see
if
the
you-
outside.
as
Yeah.
if you just
Like
cut
this.
this thing.
Like,
Yeah.
this is a cross-section of the
okay.
Titanic.
Okay.
Okay? And then of, like, a tall ship. And you can see all the various inner workings
Yeah.
and, like, what
Okay. I've
people's
seen those
duties
kind of
are
things
and
before.
stuff.
I get you
Yeah.
now. I just probably don't get that far in the words of the top. Like I'm like
Gotcha.
Star Wars, yeah, and I open it. Like,
Yeah.
This is cool. But I'm like a cross section. What do you mean?
There's been times when I feel like I've said something like, what is that? And I go like, I can't, like, but I do it too, of course. Everyone does it. I feel like when it happens with you, I'm like, I can't believe he doesn't know that one.
Yeah.
Well, this happened earlier, but I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was this week sometime. I don't know.
But what was the question overall though about mythical what?
Well, mentioning
Door.
things about like what inspired these mythological creatures, like
Yeah.
what sort of things. But the question was like, what did you get obsessed with as a kid?
Like what,
Obsessed.
like a phase obsession.
Yeah, like a
I mean, as far as like watching stuff, I used to love watching like the ghost stuff.
Yeah.
Like I loved like ABC Family, whatever it was, and they would like take families and lock them in these haunted houses and have the GoPro things like on
Yeah.
their chest and they're running around. I'm like watching that. I used to watch all that kind of stuff
Yeah.
all the time as a kid, and every time it was on, I'm like, ooh. And then I'd be like scared because I was on the far end of the house, away from everyone else, with 2 windows in my room, 2
Yeah.
on a corner. It was terrible. In the woods, in the dark.
I had a goosebumps phase.
Why didn't I close my blinds before I started?
I was super into geology as a kid,
I was too.
I
I,
really
collected a lot of.
collecting rocks.
Yeah.
I was super into Roman history, which I still am. There might be other stuff. Those are the ones that come to mind.
Yeah. What were those books when we were kids? It had like a rainbow like type, and it was like about animals, like zoo books. Is that what it was? Zoo books?
I had zoo books as a kid.
Yeah.
And Ranger Rick.
Yeah. Like I'd always collect like every zoo book I could find.
Yeah.
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 Those were always cool. That was a phase too.
I used to enjoy, like, just sitting down on the couch with a stack of Audubon wildlife and stuff like that, like the identification books.
Yeah.
I used to love
It was
those.
definitely a big one for me when I was into dinosaurs, too. Which I think
Absolutely.
happens to most.
Most kids
Yeah.
had a dinosaur kick. I really wish I used to always get sketch pads and I'd always draw, but as soon as I was done with them, I would throw them away. Like I wish I still had those because then I could go and watch my different like hobbies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like during my dinosaur kick, whoa, food. I drew nothing but dinosaurs. You know? I would
Sure.
open up like a zoo book and I would draw this picture of this tiger. You know?
Man, you are the opposite because, like, I kept everything.
Really?
Like, I had a filing cabinet.
Yeah.
Like, There was a point during one of the moves where I got rid of a lot of that stuff. But
Yeah.
as a kid, yeah, I kept everything.
Gotcha. The only thing I really kept was my collection. But
Bring them over here.
I wonder, Rick,
On this side.
if that is the idea of me being the youngest child and you being like
The
in
oldest.
your house older, a little more possessive, of things. Because I feel like me as a younger kid, I didn't really feel possessive because all of my stuff was like my brothers or my sisters, and I got to share with your brother,
Yeah.
And then all of my stuff, I'm like, I don't need this. I'll have other stuff, I wonder if that's like a thing about that. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
Pizza time.
I was obsessive with my games, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just to keep those alphabetized.
Yeah, but never. We're talking about things that went away. No, I'm kidding.
They're all digital now.
I know.
Aaron, are you looking up who it's from? Does it say?
Nope.
I'll look it up.
I mean, eating it. Thank you, person.
Oh,
I'll
thank
look
you.
it up. Let me bring it up here. Let's see here. Arliss123EE. So thank
One,
you.
2, 3.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
very much.
very much. Yes.
We are running low on time. Try to cherry pick a few here. Would you guys ever consider doing a manga read through?
Of a certain manga or
For Berserker Hunter x Hunter. Each of you could voice your favorite characters. Could be fun. Podcast you once a month sort of thing.
That would
that
be
could be
interesting.
fun.
I would enjoy.
yeah.
You mean like a table reading, or like,
Are you voicing them?
That'd be fun. I
or like a comic panel?
I mean, I assume
Like-
that manga read-throughs are a thing. So probably in whatever format that takes place in.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure.
Maybe.
I don't know. It could be interesting. I really wanted us to do a read-through of the room script
I want to do the old people.
at some point.
I don't know why. I like doing old people. Voices.
Oh, okay.
Voices.
When you said it, I want to do the old people. I thought you were talking about like a thing called the old people, and then when you
a
said
dance.
it, I thought, wait, he's doing old people? Yeah, but no.
Voices.
Yeah, the voice.
Dream Child, not really a question, just kind words. Aaron, I smile when you do your old man voice. Speaking
Ah.
of.
Oh,
Rick, it warms my heart when your face lights up talking about the things you love. Eric, your love for puppies is adorable. Calvin,
Puppies.
I'm crazy about your singing and voice work. Best wishes to you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. I like doing
Stop showing me up.
I've been doing it in my Pokemon playthrough. Like whenever
Yeah.
I find old people, I just start doing old people voice.
Yeah.
Then I've slowly started. It was something I thought about doing before, but it's one of those things where like I don't mind doing voices when it's just me. And I think like if I was just voiceovering something and it's just like me or whatever
Yeah,
going on,
sure.
it's easier to do. But when you're live and there's people watching you, it's harder. It's like when we go, Calvin, do this voice right now. He's like,
Yeah.
you know, like.
Put me on the spot. It makes me feel awkward.
Yeah, it's like, Calvin, do Nick Cage. You're like, yeah, I don't. You just,
who, what,
yeah,
where?
exactly. But when you're by yourself, you just kind of have more
Sure.
fun with it and stuff. So
Yeah.
I started doing more with like I gave this one guy more of a piratey sound. I started
Yeah.
doing voices for other stuff. It's just hopefully I do that more with some of the read through things.
All right, last one before I get to bits and donations. If Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau called you guys and asked you to be extras in an upcoming Star Wars
Yes.
series, what alien
100%.
race would you want to be a part of? I would like to be a Keldor, one of Plo Koon's
Plo
people.
Koon's, yeah.
Hope
Oh.
you're having a good week.
Mm.
So you had to be an alien race.
Hell, I'll be a bantha. I don't
I'll be the ass end of a bantha.
yeah.
I'll be a hut. I don't care.
Here, I'll control one of the feet. That's my foot right there.
I'll suffocate inside of a latex tube and wiggle when they kick me. That'd be fine.
If I was gonna pick an alien race that I want to be, like, it can't be a human. You gotta be an alien
Yeah.
race.
I've already been a Zabrak.
Yep.
Fabrics are pretty cool.
Zabraks are pretty cool. I do like Zabraks. How many male Togrutas can you remember?
Just from the Clone Wars.
Like you've been going through, and like especially in the movies, I don't
There's
think
none
there's
in the movies,
any male
no.
Togrutas.
Yeah.
And in Clone
No, there's
Wars,
just the people that were taken in the Clone Wars.
yeah, in Clone Wars, there's just like that one arc, right? Like I don't feel like you get very many male Togrutas.
That would be
like,
cool.
That might be kind of different. You
You don't
know?
want to be
like,
a male Twi'lek. They're all ugly.
They're ugly as yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, if I'm gonna do something like that, I'd rather be like a, I don't know, the quarrel. Is that what they're called?
The
Corin?
Corin?
Corin.
Yeah, the tentacled face looking
Yeah.
guys and stuff like that. Like then you just like you can't tell it's.
By the way, Calvin, I'm so proud of you. He'd remember Corin.
I don't know why I always forget those.
yeah.
Always those guys. You'll ask about like the green people and stuff,
Yeah.
and I'll be like, oh, there's the Miralon, and then like you get the Miraluka.
Yeah.
But that's all from one specific thing
Exactly,
that I'm like I
yeah.
played this and I know that.
Yeah,
But there's the other guys. I'm like I forget this one.
sure.
What's the ET race called in Star Wars? You know?
I don't think they have a name.
They're just okay.
Yeah, they're
because
just Easter egg.
they're in the prequels.
They're in episode 1, yeah.
I just wonder if they named them in there.
Yeah.
I'm skinny enough I could be a droid, like a protocol droid, or maybe a mun.
Oh, yeah. From the banking
The
clan.
banking clan.
I got
Yeah.
the nose too.
Yeah.
Yeah. they wouldn't have to do anything. They're just like, there he is.
Trying to think.
Can't
Put
like,
some eyeshadow on my face and
yeah. Might be cool to be like a Trandoshan. Which I guess I
You
also
already
played
had been,
in the
yeah.
pit at one point.
I guess it probably doesn't count, but I'd like to be inside of a droid, like
Inside of a
C-3PO
droid?
style.
Yeah.
Would be cool.
So something with just a real fun voice would be cool, and then they have to be able to voice it too.
You get to voice it?
Yeah.
I would love to be able to voice it. If that's
Yeah.
the case, I want to be. I don't know what I want to be.
Like I love that there's on Canto
KX
Bite
droid.
in episode 8. There's
IG droid.
just this Abadetto guy that's like, they parked on the beach. I told him not to. He was like that. As Joseph Gordon-Levitt voices that guy. And he's in everything Ryan Johnson does pretty much. So he just gets this. They had him do it. It's like, what voice do you want? And he's like, I want to do this. And they're like, all right. So
Yeah,
it's
they
just really
parked
funny.
on the beach.
Yeah. He goes against the Canto Bite police.
All right, let's get into bits and donations. We'll be back tomorrow. Don't forget, playing Pokemon Randomizer at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Friday.
It was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So
Come back for that.
you should come in here, laugh at us, laugh with us, whichever one you want to do.
There will be laughter.
probably more at than with.
Bingledorn,
Probably make fun of our
resubscribe
lack of Pokemon knowledge.
Thank you.
for
Thank
12
you.
for 12 months. After 12 months, I'll probably check out what this button does.
Hey, thank you very much for the year.
What's this button do?
Aaron A25 subscribed for 31 months. Thank you very
Thank
much.
Thank you.
Eric Charvey cheered 25 bits.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric.
Moriarty, 13 months. Thank you very much. Patrick Bro resubscribed for 12 months. Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you, Pat.
Red Pterodactyl, 100 bits. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hilding, 200 bits. A very sleepy weekly loving.
Thank you, Hilding. Get more sleep.
Ravenous, 44 months. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Ravenous.
Thank you very
44
much.
months. Mrs. Hinman resubscribed for 2 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs.
Thank you.
Thank you, Henman. I hope.
Base Duza gifted a sub. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Base. You are belong to us.
Here's all about that.
SW Plagueis, 15 months. Happy 5th year anniversary Discord.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Level 11 Goomba, 12 months. Thank you.
Level 11 Goomba.
1x1.
Oh,
Ecom gifted 3 subs. Thank you very much.
thank you, Ecom.
Thank you.
Crazy Hatter subscribed for the first time. Thank you.
I like your brother. Mad.
Bigfoot. You better be careful, Bigfoot.
There's a
Resubscribed.
$2 million bounty out on you.
2.1.
2.1, yeah.
Resubscribed for 28 months. Yo, what's good, guys? Hope y'all have been good. 5 fucking years since
5
Discord was
years.
made, which is fucking crazy. Hope that the coming years are just as awesome.
Thank you, Bigfoot.
Thank you for being part of the community and for the subscription. Tattoo Mo resubscribed for 20 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mo.
Crearis, 21 months. Thank you.
Thank you.
Al Hussein, 250 bits. How many ski speeders are used by the Resistance on Crate?
I'm sorry, I was listening. What?
How many ski speeders are used by the Resistance on Crate?
13.
That's the correct answer.
I was
I was
looking
gonna
up
I know
ET
it's
facts
uneven.
on Star Wars. I wasn't listening.
Ant-Man resubscribed for 3 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ant-Man.
Thank you.
Pete Kachu, 2 months. Thank you.
Bless you.
Gulinio subscribed for the first time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Captain Cold, 10 bits. Hello, Blind Wave, on this beautiful Thursday. Hope this stream brings me laughs, for I awoke today with such hope for Funko had released a limited edition of an MHA Pop, which I adored. Put it in my cart, sat in online checkout for an hour because everyone was using it.
Aw.
Then, when a whole hour went by, it said there was an error, kicked me. The pop in the event was already over.
Oh,
Basically,
that
I'm
happens.
saying that today was disappointing.
Gotcha.
No.
I'm sorry.
Hope your day and the stream are better. Sorry, Captain Cole.
Like Aaron and PS5s.
I got one now.
Well, but those are coming back. This sounds like an exclusive
No, yeah.
thing, you know. Underhand Comic, resubscribed for 24 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, comic.
Colder Robin, 500 bits for Aaron because the VOD channel has kept me company all week.
Oh, well, good. Glad
Good
you
work,
enjoyed
Aaron.
it. Thank you for using it.
We're no strangers to
I'm always looking like, man, look, the subscribers are going up. Let's see what else should I get over there that people are gonna like and stuff. And I'm like, what should go up next? Gotta try to keep something new every day going
Sure.
up. But
Yeah.
It's like, I imagine, it's like having the same feeling for the Blind Wave main channel all over again.
yeah, I
Yeah.
guess, yeah, kind of. Like,
It's
oh,
like
look
that's-
at this.
I
That's the
can
part of,
remember, like when we, what was it? Maybe it was an episode of The Flash. I'm like, dude, it got 4,000 views.
Yeah.
Dude. And we were like at, I don't know, 25,000 subs or
That's
something.
what I was like. There was I was like, dude, something in the last 28 days got more views than Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Yes, look at that.
And now we're like, hey, Mortal Kombat trailer got like 400,000 views. I'm like, all right, cool. That's great.
Let's get back to work.
Let's get back to work. Exactly.
Choco Chip Cookie, subscribe for the first time. Thank
Choco
you very
chip.
much.
Thank you.
Danger Zone, resubscribe for 2 months. Thank you.
Danger Zone.
The Smoking Monk, 29 months.
Thanks, Dad.
That's Calvin's father.
It's your father-in-law.
Does he smoke? Or is it like a reference to like a D&D character or anything? Do you know?
I've gotten him cigars.
Yeah, he smokes cigars.
It was just like, I was just thinking about like, sometimes you think about like why someone has a name, you
Yeah.
know? Like Eric's name is just, I'm wondering.
He has
There's
played
no
monks
question
in
for Eric's
D&D
names,
before.
You know? But
What,
like,
what name?
name one. What's your Steam name?
It's all just Eric Whiteley.
It's always-
It's
yeah.
always just, as I'm saying,
Yeah.
I'm not questioning. Like,
That's
whoa,
my name.
Where did you get that name from? You know, but like when Calvin's name was like Rolling Rocks That Kill, I'm like, why'd you pick that one? He's like, well,
Yeah.
you were playing Tomb Raider at the time, and I like Indiana Jones, and that's what I thought of.
I
Yeah,
get it.
you know, like
That brings me back to the Battlescope forum, where like there was a thread on like, how did you come up with your username?
where'd you get your name?
Now I'm
Yeah.
just remembering some of those. Like, I can't remember what it was. It was
Master Cipher.
You know, it
no, it was something to do with quaking, and he was like, you know. I was playing a game. There was an earthquake, and like
Yeah.
the power went out, and I got kicked off. And from then on, I was always quaking whatever. It's like, man, that's a cool story.
Yeah.
you know
I
that
need a cool story.
that could be a regret I have is that when we started this channel, like a lot of YouTubers are called by their YouTube name. That's not their real name, but like they call you that, you know? Like
Yeah.
we should have like came up with like screen names to use on the channel, and then when we go to convention and stuff, people will be like, you know, hey Razorback.
Yeah,
He's calling me
sure.
that, you know?
I would have gone by Top Gun. No
Yeah.
one wanted to do that. Yeah, like,
Alright,
no,
let's not
let's
do it
go
then.
by a real name. Like, all right.
Yeah, but then we would have all had to wear aviators and blast Kenny Loggins everywhere we go,
No.
like on a
No,
boombox on our
I
shoulder.
would be that. You would have a different name. He would have been Gunblade or something, or Archmaster, or one of those. But it definitely would have been different than somebody just going, Eric.
Exactly.
You're like, oh, there's tons of Erics. Who knows if it's for me?
And
But
I-
how many people are yelling out,
and
Razorback?
I'm only hearing half of them.
Archmaster.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why, like, we go to like Star Wars Celebration. I don't want to walk around by myself because there's gonna be someone's like Eric, and I just walk right by like that dick, and unsubscribe from us. You know that happened. I'm sure it happened.
I'm sure
Well,
you've
no,
offended
see,
at least 3 people.
What I did was
Like that one guy
I
at the
see you ignore
haunted-
them, then I go in and talk to him. And
I
say,
know.
yeah, that's just the way he is. You know.
Damn it!
He really doesn't like fans. He's not very personal.
He doesn't like you.
I don't like you either.
You better watch yourself.
I'm a wanted criminal in 15 systems.
This
How
reminds
many
me
systems?
Of the Quartermain joke that Aaron made.
I was gonna bring it up,
That's
but
a
I
good
figured
one.
you
Calvin.
would.
He has the death sentence in 12 systems.
Good.
Okay.
That was my question.
That was the test, Eric.
Can't remember if I said it or not, but Danger Zone resubscribed for 2 months. Thank you very much.
Danger
No, I did,
zone.
because I said it's Smoking Monk, and that's above that. Pete Kachu gifted a sub. Thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
T-Pain resubscribed for 3 months.
Thank you, T-Pain.
OG Godly subscribed for the first time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Vernon has
Mr. Holiness.
resubscribed for 9 months. Thank you.
Thank you, Vernon.
Thank you.
Common Omar resubscribed for 12 months.
Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chris Lynn, 10 months. Thank you.
Thank you.
Captain Cold cheered 6 bits. I was literally watching a podcast from 2018, and it turned off to watch this. And you guys talked about guilty pleasures in that one, too.
Oh, nice.
What
a
I wonder if they
coincidence.
changed.
I don't know.
I probably still didn't know what I had. That was a guilty pleasure.
Rop resubscribed for 18 months. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Rob.
you.
Thank you, Rob.
Rob.
Captain
Happy 5 years.
Yes. Captain Cold, 10 bits. Batman and Robin was my very first Batman thing I ever watched. I know it's goofy, but that's why I love it. Batman credit card / bat nipples.
Never leave the Batcave without it.
Do you know what I was waiting for? I don't know why, but you were like, Batman credit card? I just wanted to.
You got it.
Brendan Telford, 100 bits. Can you guys pick a random movie on Disney Plus for me, please? Not Star Wars or Marvel related. Brink.
Brink's on there, right?
I assume.
What's the question?
Can you pick me a random movie to watch on Disney Plus? Not Star Wars or Marvel.
On Disney Plus.
Dang.
So he's on Disney Plus. He wants something to watch. Brink is the correct answer.
Okay, I agree.
Brink is pretty good. I'm going to look for a second and see if I have anything else, but go ahead and move on.
All right, Brandon. Nope, that was just him.
I'm surprised Eric didn't go Hamilton.
Hamilton's.
I just assume everybody's seen it.
Watch it again. Brendan Telford gifted a sub. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you.
Fast Traxel resubscribed for 4 months. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey Hydro gifted a sub. Thank you very much. And Zellwave fan redeemed squats. So I guess I need to look at exercises.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Watch that.
Solid.
I already did my push-ups, which says Aaron for not believing in Nessie. And then squats from Pong that says for Aaron for correcting Evan. And then we have squats for Eric and sit-ups for Eric.
Okay.
From Red Death and from Zellwave fan. Perhaps.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Dude, Three Musketeers on there is pretty good. I watched that recently as well. That's a really good one. You seen the Three Musketeers, Calvin?
Which one?
The one with Chris O'Donnell. It's from like 1993.
Probably once or twice.
It's got Chris O'Donnell. I think that's his name, right? And then it's got 24.
Oh, Kiefer?
Kiefer Sutherland. Yeah, it's got him in it. And then it's got
Yeah.
oh dang.
I had to have seen it at one point.
It's got Charlie Sheen and the guy who Eric, do you remember
Michael Irons.
what? Tim Curry. Tim Curry's in it.
Yeah, Tim Curry's the Cardinal, right?
He's the Cardinal and stuff
Yeah.
in it. Yeah, but yeah, sit-ups
Cardinal
too, Eric.
Richelieu.
Okay, I will.
Oh.
I mean pizza.
Not Michael Irons.
What were you gonna ask me?
Jeremy Irons.
Oh,
in
yeah.
West Wing, there was a lawyer they went and got who was about to leave, and he's like, "All right, sit down." He like smashed it. Remember that?
Yeah.
Do you remember who that actor is? Do you know his name?
I don't remember his name, but he's like Porco or something.
He's
right?
he's in the Three Musketeers as well.
Porthos?
Can't think of
Porthos,
the guy's
yeah.
name. Yeah, Porcos.
I'm thinking Porkins. Damn it, Jack Tano Porkins. Red 6. Damn
Oliver
it.
Platt. That's it. Oliver Platt.
Oliver Platt. Yeah.
Yes, Oliver Platt.
Yes, he is in it. as
Eric,
well.
you have sit-ups.
He said he's eating his pizza.
Oh, all right. Captain.
I thought I had push-ups.
You have 10 squats, 10 sit-ups. And you just did squats.
Okay.
Captain Cold 10 bits. Eric, did you know they're making Hamilton Pops?
Yeah, I did.
Hamilton Pops.
There you go.
Hamilton Pops? What kind of pops?
Pudding Pops?
Pudding Pops. I meant, like, I wonder which characters they chose. Or do, like, some of them are played by the same actor. You
Well, yeah,
know? I wonder if they have, like, a look like that.
It'd be funny if, they just released like 4 of them, but like 2 of them are the same actors.
Oh, like Lafayette and...
Yeah. That would be fun.
Thomas Jefferson.
Well, thank you guys so much for
Jefferson.
joining us
Thank
for
you.
this edition of the Blind Wave Podcast. It is live every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are coming back tomorrow, Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Pokemon Randomizer.
Yes.
Fire Red, Leaf Green. It's a
Also,
4-player
Eric,
race.
you have 10 push-ups from Red Death that says for Eric since you wanted push-ups.
All right. I'm going to be back Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time playing The Legend of Zelda: The Link to the Past for the very first time. I will hopefully make more progress this time than last time. But
Yes.
it's been an enjoyable ride nonetheless.
Also, for the people who are asking about some kind of button story, we'll wait a little bit for when reaction pops up somewhere. So once that happens, then we might talk about the story, or at least you'll see it, or maybe we'll show some.
All right. Thanks, guys. We will see you next time.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
I just realized Rick is in 60 frames per second.